Anti-derivative still.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop, the Twilight Zone. Hello and welcome to Indefinite Lunch and Infinite Combinations number 171, where we are exploring all of the Twilight Zone. Today, we are taking a closer look at Still Valley and the Jungle, both very, very witchy black magic episodes. 2 black magic episodes in a row.
They're evil, evil.
Yeah, basically, yes. And welcome to Stone Racket, who is going to tell us all about how evil these episodes are.
You got it.
And hello to Scotty R37. How are you?
I'm well.
Great. And we also have some friends already here joining us in the chat, including people who watch this on the replay and who are lurking today. Hello to you as well. And Gavin is first again. Nah.
Now I'm thinking of that crazy Star Trek episode. Nah, 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 nah.
Oh dear.
Or we can go no, 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 no.
Yeah, that's
hey,
better.
Hey, goodbye.
Hello.
Hello.
It's the beginning of the stream.
Hello.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't want to say goodbye.
Hello, Kimberly.
Hey,
Kimberly and
oh.
Knight. I love your name, Kimberly. It has a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
I
Scotty's even in the chat.
Yeah, I arrived right after Gavin cleaned up a little bit, so he must have been unshaven and unwashed. That's how he got here so early.
Mhm.
He just rolled out of bed, signed into YouTube, and posted, and then.
Well, some people have exceptional bed hair. Hello to Snortapoopus Cuber.
Poopus.
Hello.
And Orphan Zane, too, as well as DJ Knight, who says, now's a good time to share out the show. Send it to a friend or post a bump on your own YouTube channel in the community tab.
There you go.
Yeah, I like to share things that I like on my community tab. And hello to James Caserta. I like both of these episodes equally. Oh,
Humbug.
That presents a bit of a problem with voting in the poll, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, do you have the poll up?
Yes, I do. For once, Scotty reminded me before the show.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to go vote.
Fair enough. And hello, Mage Grey Wolf is here just getting his coffee.
Hey, Mage.
So I imagine by now he's got it and he's ready to learn about these episodes. Hello to Canadian Spider-Man. Hello and good day, everyone.
Spidey.
Spidey's here. And the glove cleaner. Yay. Is this a replay? No, it's live. We are live.
Well, unless you're listening on the replay.
Oh, unless you're listening on the replay. That's true. Well, in that case, we've already finished the stream.
We are beyond sight and sound. We have left the live. We are now in the replay zone.
Entropy Manor says eventually. Eventually it'll be a replay. Yes.
Mostly.
Eventually, yes. Now the glove cleaner, have you covered that Twilight Zone episode?
We did.
Yeah, because I'm assuming they're referring to that episode.
They are. Glove cleaner is a great Twilight Zone fan. Glad to see.
Glove cleaner is a euphemism for. We won't go into that because you already covered it.
Well, anyway. I did already cover it, but you have to really mean it when you use the glove cleaner.
Oh dear.
So
I don't want to use it.
Well, then Don't even buy it.
That's right. I'm staying clear away from that.
All right. I'm getting my slides ready to go, and we're going to talk about these episodes because that's what we're here for.
You betcha.
Wait, did this Twilight Zone? Wait, what's going on?
Oh, well, I'm not edible.
Did you play a video?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Delightful. Well, here we go. Hit the button.
Well, yeah, if you want to play videos, you do have to hit that button.
No, it was just there was a bit of an echo on my.
Yeah, there was an echo. What happened?
Oh,
What?
it's
There
just,
was an echo?
I fixed it.
Yeah,
when you
I
do
heard
the
that.
slides, you got to mute the slides.
Oh, I see.
Does twice.
Yeah, it does an
So-
echo.
No,
Yes.
no, Scott. If I
What?
do this, do you hear an echo? Do you hear an echo
No,
now?
you're fine now. I fixed
Oh,
yeah. Now I hear an echo.
Oh no. Okay,
Oh,
so
no,
that
it's
means
fine.
StreamYard. No, this is unusual. That means StreamYard is buggy again. So
No,
if
it's
I
all-
want to play a video game, it's not going to work because you have to share your screen for the game. Oh, it's going to be madness. So
Don't.
I might have
don't.
to go back to using Opera the next time we play a game.
Oh, right, Opera, everyone's favorite Nintendo Wii search engine.
It's not a good one, but for some reason StreamYard, the echo problem doesn't happen on Opera for whatever crazy reason. But we're
Well,
not worried about that. We can live
No.
without having the screen sound today.
Yes.
It's just a fun extra to have when StreamYard isn't being buggy.
Yeah.
Let's ignore that for now and talk about the episode Still Valley, which first aired on November the 24th, 1961. And so it was written by Rod Serling based on a short story by Manly Wade Wellman called The Valley Was Still. And it was directed by James Sheldon. And so
things were really still, Jill.
there's no preamble for this one. We get straight into the opening narration, but it's interrupted before it finishes. And as I understand it, we're going to have it read by Scotty R37. Do I need to put it in the private chat for you?
Yes, please. I haven't memorized my lines. I'm still on book.
Okay, so there are the lines, but
Wicked.
I'm only giving you half of it because then I have to talk for a minute.
Okay. The time is 1863. The place, the state of Virginia. The event is a mass bloodletting known as the Civil War, a tragic moment in time when a nation was split in two fragments, each fragment deeming itself a nation.
And hello to Oiler Greg, who
Greg.
says Still Valley is a personal favorite of mine. Great to see you. And so the main character here is Joseph Paradine, and he thought he heard a Yankee. He did. He did hear a
I
Yankee.
taught
I taught a Yankee.
But
I did taught a
Yeah,
Yankee.
we get to see a lot of Yanks, but they're pretending to be. I mean, they're frozen.
But he doesn't hear them anymore. So for a while he could hear them, and then suddenly he could not hear them.
Yeah, we could hear the horses and wagons and everything, Jill, and then all of a sudden, silence.
Right? He's with a soldier named Dower, but apparently Dower isn't isn't helpful to Joseph. He's become more useless.
He's a yellow belly.
He's a bit of a coward. He's become a coward once he's realized how real the war was.
Yeah.
He says something like, "Oh, I just thought this was like when we were kids playing at war, but now it's too real for me and I don't like it." Basically.
Well, and he does have a great line about the cowardice, but the entire time I was watching the opening intro, and I'm glad the young coward doesn't play a major role throughout the episode, because all I was doing was looking at him and like, fake mustache, fake mustache, fake mustache, fake mustache.
Oh, there's the fake mustache right there.
Fake mustache. It might drop
Well-
in your coffee. Look out.
Yeah.
No,
When he took a sip, I was like, oh no, that's not going to
Oh,
stick
no.
anymore. That spirit gum's going to dissolve.
Yeah, I mean his little his lines dealing with, hey, I've had enough of killing. I can sympathize with this guy. So
True,
yeah.
true. Yeah, he doesn't like the death, and he
Yeah.
notices every single one. And Dower's played by Ben Cooper, who said that he was in awe of Gary Merrill at the time. Merrill was a veteran, and he was on the set on the time. He knew his lines and he knew how to overplay his role. I assume that Merrill researched the subject, and Civil War scouts were like that because of the tasks they had to perform. Jim, the director, is a good friend of mine. We had been friends for years. Jim told me aside that I was to play my role down a bit so Gary Merrill would shine on stage. So that's the direction that Ben Cooper was given here.
Yeah. Merrill is pretty intense.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
And
a good actor.
yes.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, his Outer Limits episode is kind of lame, but he's not lame. He's good.
Too bad, because Joseph is worried about the two scouts that he saw, and he's got a piece of paper that says that the Yankees are going to take up a position in the valley, and so they've got to scout and report what they see. And he figures they're
What valley, Jill? The Still
The-
Valley. No. The valley does
Yeah,
have a name, but I don't think they call it anything in this
Chano.
channel. Okay, yeah. Hmm.
He figures there are 20 to 30 men on horses, and they're Yankees. And so he
Yankees.
knows, he says it's gonna be a noisy town,
Yeah,
but there's no noise.
Should sound like a circus.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's funny. He says 20 or 30 because 30 is the exact number of extras that they had to play the Yankee soldiers, the Union soldiers.
Well, and okay, so ignorant Canadian here. But the thing is, and this is the second episode that I can recall where our protagonists have been Confederate soldiers, and so I was sort of like modern thinking sort of casts the Confederates as the villains of
Yes.
typical Civil War stories. Now, I'm just curious in the hindsight of victory, and I know I can go to Twitter and look at how we're not allowed to have the flag from the General Lee shown or anything. Like in American historical context, are the Confederates villains, or are they just an opposing side of what created what we know today as the modern United States? Like, are
Well,
they the bad guys, or is it?
It depends on your perspective, where you're coming from. For me, of course, being a Yankee, I have one mindset. But the thing is, what is interesting is that in the post-Civil War, the years after the Civil War, especially once we entered the early 20th century, there was a concerted effort to romanticize the South, the Confederacy, and the Daughters of the Confederation and other organizations just went into hyperdrive in putting up monuments and statues commemorating the South and the Confederacy. So it's basically a strange bit of propaganda. And
Well-
and then we have Margaret Mitchell and Gone with the Wind, which is an incredibly broad brush of romanticizing the South, and as one of my good friends said, I'm glad that is Gone with the Wind, the antebellum.
Well, and it's
So,
important. It's important to know that both sides did have slaves, and for a while, and before the North stopped, and
Well, but even setting, when we discuss the Civil War, I prefer to avoid the idea of slavery, which is
Well,
impossible. But what I'm
Which
that's
is
saying is
impossible.
that
impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
it's been
slavery is wrong,
contextualized.
obviously.
It's been contextualized, the Civil War, from an outsider's perspective as being brother pitted against brother during that conflict. And so I'm wondering if that idea of the Confederacy being sort of, I don't know, monumentalized, if that's a word, like the reason that the Confederacy is presented in the way that it is that sort of a reconciliation? Is that an attempt at galvanizing and reuniting North and South to make it so that the United States are in fact united? And so that's where my curiosity lay.
Yeah,
And
it's a lot more complicated than that. But to me, it's just this it's just romanticizing something that
okay,
was based on a lie, and that and there's people, even when they were discussing Ken Burns' Civil War documentary, there were those that no, it was about states' rights. No, it was about slavery. You
well, I
have
thought it
that
was about
conflict,
economics.
and
It's about
then
all of
and then
actually it's
and
about
then
all of those things, and to exclude any one of them is what makes it is what would be a lie of exclusion.
Oh,
well,
okay.
no, not really,
Because
but
of course
with
what do you mean no, not really? It
it's
Uh-oh.
it was about states' rights
well, it's
especially
that
because
they
they had wait a minute, because they wanted to secede. They seceded from the Union, and so they believed that they had the right to be their own nation, and they didn't. I don't agree with that, and
yeah, right.
I'm with
We fought
Lincoln.
this
I'm
this
with
war.
Lincoln that
Yeah,
united we stand, divided we fall.
right. And the thing is, when they use a broad brush to say it was only about states' rights, it's like, well, wait a minute. The Civil War vanquished that thought, and it's basically federal law supersedes. Federal law is the law of the land, period. And so
Mhm.
Yeah, when you
we
secede,
the Civil War settled that issue, and yet here we are in the modern day with states, uh, governors, defying federal law. But anyway, that's enough of that for
Well, no,
politics. Let's get
but
back
I
to
do.
Rod Serling's
I
wait
adaptation.
a
do.
minute, but you just said something really interesting though, but you're right. When they do that though, we'll see. Well, and anyway, you're right. That's way beyond the scope of this live stream.
Yeah,
But
sorry.
I think it's interesting because I don't think they think that they're doing anything wrong, but I guess we'd have to go more into specifics about which ones you're talking about. And so, but we won't talk about that when I start a politics show. I'll let you guys know.
Well,
All
no,
right.
it's funny. Jill, last week we were talking all about Dachau, and this week we get to talk about the Civil War. So I don't know what's going on with Rod must have been going through a little bit of a time, like a divorce or something. He was just
No,
everything was really heavy.
no, he wasn't. He stayed with his wife until he died. So there's
Well,
no.
no, it's a I'm just saying there must have been politics, the pressure of writing the week or the show, something, because like the Twilight Zone has been really heavy lately. So,
Which is fine.
yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah, I don't, you know, we're gonna get goofiness in next week. So, but
That's good news.
or
We need some
light.
goofiness here
Let's say lightheartedness. Let's put it that way. That's a better word. But
because I definitely
yeah.
didn't think we're going to talk about the Civil War for 20 minutes before starting to talk about the episode. But thank you, Scotty. Euler Greg says cheers. And
Oh
yes,
Cheers.
boy,
Euler Greg.
we have an
And
extra
we
mug
have
of beer.
I'll
I
take
call
two.
Tibbs. No.
No. One for you, one for me, one for Jill, and one for Greg. All four
Oh,
are covered.
okay. That's the ticket.
Oh, you figured out good work.
I know beer
You're
math.
good at you're good at arithmetic, yes.
Math is hard,
And
Jill.
hello to Low Specs Linux Gaming in the chat. Great to see you. He's
Hey,
got
Lefek.
the Shake Sack guy, the bloody DTs.
Yeah, he does. It's true. But I blame the mustache.
And Gavin says the U.S. should have stayed a British colony.
Boo hiss.
Boo.
Yeah, boo.
Boo.
Gavin's getting all the tomatoes.
Down with the British.
No taxation without
Caserta.
representation.
That's right.
We'll throw all
No,
your tea away.
We love the British. They're our cousins across the
Oh.
pond.
Yes.
Whatever. I am subjugated by those mother suckers.
Well, you do have a point
So-
there, Scotty. And
But you guys can declare independence too.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
No, but that's the thing is that Canadians are so weak-willed and lily-livered that we prefer the monarchy. Apparently, we want that parent state that will still, because we don't have a military of our own, so we have to go to England, and then England goes to the United States, and so we're like the third child. We're Theodore. America is Alvin. The United Kingdom is Simon, and Canada is Theodore.
And of course, I am fine with history the way it is because I love my country. But Oiler Greg brings up an interesting point. If the U.S. had stayed British, just another 50 years, slaves would have been freed without a civil war, which would have been nice. It would have been nice to not have to lose people over that issue. It should. I wish, slavery could have ended without bloodshed. Would have been
yeah,
helpful.
true. He does
Yeah,
have a point there. It's an interesting observation. Yeah,
I
but
did make sandwiches, James Caserta. How in the world did you know?
sandwiches. But like Winston Churchill said, the three unavoidable wars were the American Revolutionary War, the American Civil War, and World War II.
Well, if Winston Churchill had stayed alive until 1977, I'm sure he would have included the Star Wars.
Oh, yes, Bart.
Okay, so we haven't even...
you got it.
Okay, so let's continue the episode because we haven't even gotten to the second half.
Yeah, we got to get going here.
Yeah,
we haven't even gotten to the second half of the opening narration.
Yeah, we got to get to the Frozen guys.
Yeah, the Frozen guys are waiting for us. Dower sees that they've completed their objective, and he's just like, you know what? We know that the Yankees are here. Let's just go back and report our findings. But because, of course, as we've mentioned already, he's a coward. But Paradigm says that's not good enough. We need to figure out how many there are, how many horses, and how many guns they have. We have to get a closer look. But Dower is getting...
I love the interaction that they have. And it's like, you know what? When yellow fills your soul, you have my sympathy. But when it tries to climb up on my horse, my sympathy turns into the back of my hand.
Yeah, and
it's such a badass line.
That's what he says after he smacked him. It's like,
yeah,
that's Sterling dialogue. It's good.
Yeah, when there's violence, he justified his violence in his own way.
Yeah,
but it's also
you don't mess with the Merrill,
Scotty. But the reason why he slapped him is because Dower said that he would be willing to surrender.
Yeah.
By waving his shirt, and apparently the original script said undershirt, but they didn't have undershirts, and so the forest research.
I was really surprised that Sterling made those gaffes. It's like, come on, dude! It's the Civil War. They didn't. It's like he waves a T-shirt. Might as well have been that. It's like, no, they didn't.
Well, I find it fascinating, just even with the. Well, we'll get there when we see Gary running through the town. I'll address my ordinance questions.
Okay, so Joseph tells Dower that they haven't sacrificed for the Confederacy so much, so they need to do more to make the other people's sacrifices worth something. And so he tells Dower to stay where he is. If Dower hears a shot or hasn't heard from him in 15 minutes, he has to go back to the lieutenant.
Fake mustache.
And he's deliberately leaving Dower behind, taking only his brave horse. He's emphasizing that his horse is brave, which is definitely a dig at Dower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we get the second half of the opening narration. I don't believe it. Let's go.
Let's go. This is Joseph Paradine, Confederate cavalry, as he heads down towards a small town in the middle of a valley. But very shortly, Joseph Paradine will make contact with the enemy. He will also make contact with an outpost not found on a military map, an outpost called the Twilight Zone.
And,
Perfect.
and once again, Rod appears right there.
Oh, it's so good.
Rod, help them. No, I'm
Yeah, exactly. Put the camera
Help-
down.
you and your
Help the
cameraman
Union.
go in there and burn that witchcraft book. Anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
spoiler.
you could.
Oh, no, it's not a spoiler. I just
Yeah, it is. We haven't seen the book yet, but
You don't know about the
Still valid.
Satan.
Oh, sorry. Manly Wade Wellman,
Manny Wade
as
Wellman.
opposed to Wimpy Wade Wellman.
Yes.
And this is the first Twilight Zone episode for today, which I will call Hollywood Actor Wandering Around the MGM Backlot. One by day, one by night.
Yes, Joseph has made it to town to search for the Yankee soldiers to figure out how many there are. But he's not really sneaking around very well. He's very
No.
conspicuous with his
I was
guns.
like, this is ridiculous. But anyway,
yeah,
and
it is. It's
I
kind of comical.
I can tell him how many are there. 30. Because I read the book.
But he already said that. He knows there's 20 to 30 there. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly. I guess he just wants to see the ammunition. What kind of power they have.
He wants to steal some of their food supplies.
He needs a snack.
That's perfect. He needs a snack. That's why he's there. That's the
Well,
true
no,
reason.
but he does say that it's like a recon mission because he needs to know how many guns, how many men, and so he can report back to the rest of the Confederate army. So that it's like, okay, this is where we can go attack. So he's not doing a good sneaking job, as is represented by a man clothed in dark clothing against a white wall. But yeah, he is doing his thing.
I mean, the geography isn't very clear. If he's approaching the building from the side away from the street, if it was clear that he was doing that and he was kind of sneaking around the corner, if the geography was made more, clear to the viewer, then his sneaking around wouldn't look so silly. But anyway.
I guess that's direction.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not all bad because when the bell rings, you do get a eerie feeling. So at this point, the Twilight Zone is very good still at making things seem strange.
Yeah, Sheldon, he probably added that in, but maybe I don't know. Maybe Serling had it in his script, but here we are with the Western Town MGM backlot.
Nice. And here are your frozen soldiers.
Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees soldiers, the Union.
The Yanks are coming. The Yanks. Oh, that's the wrong war. Sorry. Oh.
Damn Yankees.
They're not moving at all.
That's a musical. Yes. Did you know that, Scotty?
I've never seen it, but I was aware that it was a musical. Yes.
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Joseph thinks that I haven't seen it either. He wonders whether the soldiers are sleeping or dead, and then he figures they must be asleep. So he tries to wake them up and starts running around, joking that they're his prisoners now.
Yeah, I don't understand it, Jill. How can he say that they're sleeping when their eyes are wide open?
I don't know. Elves in Lord of the Rings sleep with their eyes open.
Oh.
And they walk around.
For Jill, everything's Lord of the Rings. No.
Yes. Well, lately I've been talking about it a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
Do you want a bottle of water?
Yeah, that was good. Well, Scotty's talking about a convention. I don't know what year that convention was, but the actor for Pippin, the Hobbit, was giving
Samwise
Gamgee, Sean.
Sean.
They were sitting on the couch and Pippin gave him a bottle of water, and then he reached behind the couch, and while Sam is trying to talk to the fans and be heartfelt and everything about how he feels about them, and so he just keeps giving him, reaching behind the couch. Apparently, there's an infinite supply of water bottles back there, and he just keeps messing with them. It's funnier
I'll see
when
if
you
I can
it.
find the video and I'll put it in the private chat and you can play it if you want.
Okay, it's really cute.
It is.
So, but anyway, 35 guys are here. It looks like, and apparently no fat people were allowed. There's no heavy set or pot bellies.
That's right, Jill.
Everybody,
Got to be fit
everybody
to
had
be
to
in
be
the
fit.
Army, the Union Army. No,
Right. And so they're frozen, but they look like they're in action. They were in action. They were gathering food and clothing and ammunition, and
and
Joseph's so
marching
confused.
down the street.
Yes. And so he's so confused, but he finds some of these provisions and he has a snack.
Jerky.
Every paycheck a fortune, every meal a banquet, every formation a parade. I love the Corps.
Love the Corps.
Oh, sorry.
So I wanted to ask, can anybody tell what he's even eating? I don't
It's
know where the slide
kind of
is.
like a jerky, beef jerky.
Yeah, salted beef.
Salted beef,
Okay.
yeah. Salted beef.
Thanks. Seems pretty good. I'd steal that too. But of course, they stole it from this town. Possibly. I don't know. Because they ran everybody out. Except for, well, we'll get to that. Oh, and some people think that this is actually an accurate flag. It has 34 stars, so it is that's one thing they got right.
Yeah, there was, some saying that, it's the wrong flag, but nope. The Civil War experts have examined it and they go, nope, that's as accurate. 34.
Perfect.
34 stars.
Yes, I was not fooled by the people who were incorrect about that. Oh, there's the jerky.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it when the stars are historically accurate.
That's fun.
Me too.
So.
Jill, he's getting closer to.
Well, the witch man.
Sorcerer,
so a potted plant is fallen, and he thinks it's the wind, and that's what I was thinking too. Okay, that was just the wind.
It's the creepy hand, the thing.
Then there's a creepy hand that we know knocked over the pot. Well, we don't see the hand at first. That's why we both thought it was.
I see the hand.
Yes, the hand comes later.
It's kind of funny. It's like, what the heck was he up to? It's like,
I think maybe he just wanted to make his presence known so that he didn't get shot at immediately.
He should have waved an undershirt, Jill.
Yeah.
Captain Underpants.
So Joseph threatens his life, and so the old man answers the door anyway. And Joseph demands to know who he is and what he's doing. And he says, I was going to ask you the same thing. You don't know how close you came to dying. So he throws it right back at him. And Joseph jokes that the old man may use the book to kill him. And the old man confirms, yeah, that's what I was going to do, but I wouldn't have to throw it at you. Because he admits he's the one who's frozen all of these Union soldiers. And Joseph is sure that...
Just wanted to shout out and say hello to Greek Letters.
Oh, yeah, Greek Letters is here. The head of doom. The hand of doom. Yeah. The hand of doom. Stone Racket. James Caserta, that's not nice.
Well, but also I'm not on prescription drugs, but the same sort of
well, what? I was trying not to read that.
Nah. Anyway, so we get this warlock.
We appreciate that you're here, James.
For sure. Totes.
I am on no prescription meds.
Yeah, right. We know that.
Just to be clear. And it's interesting that in the script, also DeForest Research was correcting Serling because Serling used hypnotism, and they go, no,
Oh yeah, we'll
that
get
term
there.
was not coined until the 1880s, and the right term would be mesmerism, but
Oh,
Serling ignored that, and it's like, no, it would be mesmerism, dude, because it's the wrong era for that.
Yeah,
I was surprised he kept that in there, but I guess the audience is gonna they aren't gonna
yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's like
yeah,
what?
that would be my answer
It's
too.
like
That's
what?
exactly.
Don't people read Edgar Allan Poe?
Not everybody, I
Read.
guess.
Read.
I'm here to lead, not to read. But yeah, no, I
Oh
was
yeah,
curious about
I had
that.
that one in my notes too, but we hadn't
I was
got to that
curious
line
about
yet.
I
hip
had that in the notes in my head.
Yeah, I
and
had that too, but
well, and also I
no.
was in terms of the warfare of the Civil War, I was curious, like when did bayonets become a thing? Because I was curious about the Confederate soldier with the sword, like Gary. Like I find it so cumbersome and ridiculous to have a rifle and a sword, and I
No,
was
they
wondering
yeah,
about bayonets.
they had both. They had bayonets and they had swords. It depended it depends on the soldier, but I for this particular for a scout having a sword, uh-uh. That's to and
Yeah,
that's I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong there, but that's a good point because I would say that the cavalry would be the soldiers that would have swords.
yeah, because it makes
And
sense to be on
uh,
horseback.
right, but they did have bayonets. Uh, but if you were on horseback, I would assume you would be given a sword. But anyway,
Mhm.
yeah, he should just be there with a pistol and a rifle.
Yes,
Well, there you
that's what
go.
I was thinking. And then
Yeah.
also, and
Thank you,
not
Scott.
again, I wanted to talk about the ordnance, but I was like, that rifle looks too modern for like that looks like a World War One rifle as opposed to, and I'm counting bolts, but it is a thing where I was like, that rifle looks too modern.
Well, boy, yeah, I don't know about that.
Neither do I.
Uh,
I thought
I
but like that's my historical ignorance is that I'm like still thinking like musketry.
well, no, that's Revolutionary War, but I would say, uh, like I say to some other folks, Google is your friend. We
Yeah,
can
I guess.
look up pictures of and compare it to what we see in this episode. That's the only thing. I didn't do that, but
No,
that's
nor did I.
that's a good that's a
It's
good
a great
thing
question.
to
Yes.
kind of look into. I'm hoping that they were accurate.
Yes,
But
me too. Orphan Zane says I have a book of the complete stories and poems of Edgar Allan Poe, and that's really great.
never
Yeah,
read
And
it.
that's
so I want
basically
to move on
yeah.
Yes.
I just
from that because it is a
real
good
quick
question, but we don't have the answer to it.
yeah real
So we
quick
got to go on.
with
No,
Poe
well,
that was
no, actually, okay.
that's the
Go ahead.
first time I encountered in grade school. First time I encountered the term mesmerism was from Poe. That's the only reason. Anyway,
The first time I heard of mesmerism was that movie with the Alan Rickman.
oh
There's a movie
What?
where he talks about animal magnetism. Mesmer. That's the movie.
yeah,
Huh.
Mesmer.
I'm gonna have to write
And
that down.
so,
That's the name
yeah,
of the
yeah.
dude.
Because when we lost him, I started watching a lot of Alan Rickman stuff, and so we're gonna get back to the episode. So
Yes.
Joseph is sure that this can't be witchcraft. There's got to be some natural explanation for this. But the old man shows him his book that contains all these spells that he used to freeze the soldiers, and Joseph pushes the book out of the old man's hand, and the old man does not appreciate that. It was very rude. And Joseph says, "You may be harmless enough, but I got no time to fiddle around with black magic or any other old men's games." And the old man doesn't understand how Joseph can see this as a game when he can see the magic has worked right in front of him. And then the old man cites the spell. There it is, witchcraft. And
Ah!
old man says, "In the name."
Although I know it's strictly taboo. Sorry, little Sinatra there for you.
Old man
Wicked
says,
witchcraft.
okay. In the name of the Prince of Darkness, ye shall remain silent.
Ah!
And Joseph can only get out the words, now listen, old man. And so we see the only way, I guess, that the old man thinks that Joseph is going to believe him is to put the spell on him, but he only puts the spell halfway on him, so that he can still hear him and
He can
move just a
blink.
tiny bit. Yes, he can still blink. He can answer and blink blink.
Of course, that particular frame you just showed, that's a still frame.
Mhm.
Repeat it over and over. When they do close-ups like that, it's a still frame. But when it's
So the
not,
actor doesn't have to be
then
super
you can
still.
see them move.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
Well, but it's not like I do want to give credit because I think that staying perfectly still
Yeah.
for this amount of time is an incredibly difficult thing for an
Oh yeah,
actor. And
especially when you're
when
holding something or you're in the
oh, that
middle of
guy
movement. The
that
middle
guy
of
with the
movement.
babe with the barrel, like
Yeah.
he is quaking because he has to hold something for very long. Like if you do have to hold yourself, and I was sort of thinking, I don't know, this is sort of a tangent, but like in X-Men 2, when Professor X stops the entire museum, and they had like mimes who were very, very good at just maintaining a pose. And I thought that everyone and there's a young kid who does a really good job. And so in terms of the performance of the people who didn't have to move or talk,
Yeah.
it is still a performance, and they did a great job in this. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. I thought revisiting this episode, I thought it was going to be, it's like, oh boy, they really blew this. Because Zachary just didn't. Well, he just
Oh, really?
poo-poos this
Hates this
episode.
one, yeah.
Yeah, he
Oh.
says, "Oh, it's just like eulogy. You see the people move," and he just dismisses it as cliched,
Yeah.
tired and cliched, and oh, there's other episodes that have done this better. I go, no,
I think it's pretty good.
it's a pretty solid episode all around. And
Yeah.
as far as the actors staying still, I thought they did a really good job considering, what they, now with people holding things in mid motion, it would be nice, and I don't know if they did have it, but there's out of view of the camera, they could have braces, things that will steady your arm, will steady the object that you're holding
Well,
out of sight of the camera. But
I
I'm
think that
yeah,
it is something where it is like we're giving you, $50 a day. So just stay
yeah,
still.
$50 a
That's your
day,
job.
$50 a day and a beer.
Yeah. Here you go. Have some peanuts.
That's what they gave the soldiers at Fort Knox for Goldfinger. It was basically, I think it was like $25 and a beer.
Well, no, but they had to lie down. This is different. But and
Yeah.
also like the
Right.
soldiers are mid-March as well, which was
Right.
awesome. And one of the things, just to go back to our my bolt counting ordnance questions, I thought that all the rifles that the Yankees were carrying were accurate. I was like, oh yeah, no, that looks more like a Civil War rifle. So anyway, this is just fascinating in terms of the production. I thought this visually dynamic. Loved it. Anyway, I have to step away for a moment. I'll be back.
Okay.
I promise. Or
Okay,
I
so
dare you.
that's fine, Daddy. Thank you. Thank you for all of those questions and your opinions on the rifles and all of the things in
Yeah,
the
that's a
Civil
good
War
question.
uniforms.
Yeah,
Because that's a great question.
hopefully
Scotty's
someone
always around.
hopefully someone in the chat will go, yeah, I'm very knowledgeable in this, and that is accurate, and this is that kind of rifle. I was hoping somebody would jump in. But
Gavin says that he'd stand still for unlimited craft services. Yeah,
there you
you're right.
go.
If it's not too long of a drive, why not?
Yeah, that's right.
And
Craft
so
services, yes.
So Joseph promises he'll be good by blinking. And so the old man introduces himself as Teague, a witch man who comes from a long line of others. So James Caserta says he's a warlock, not a witch, but the witch himself calls himself a witch, so
Right.
it's his own self-given name.
Yeah, it's
And he's
that's right. And it's
he's a
either the original author or Serling that is misusing the word. But anyway, go ahead.
it's fine. So he comes from a long line of other witches. It does seem weird. It is
it
off-brand gender-wise.
it's weird. My big question, and this is jumping ahead a little bit, but Jill, Paradine is not the seventh son of a seventh
Right.
son. He's an only child. So no, anyway.
Oh, he's an only
No,
child. So
I'm just throwing that in.
it-
Like,
it's
I'm a seventh son of a seventh
Are
son. That's I'm
are
going,
you are
well,
you
what about Paradine inheriting? Well, we'll get there. But anyway, we'll get
did
there.
he mention his lineage that he's the only
Yeah, he's
son of his
no, no,
dad?
no. I'm making it up. It's a
Okay.
joke. It's a joke.
No, not that Teague, James Caserta. This is a different Teague, but it is his name. And so it's the name of the witch man. It's just his name. And it's spelled differently. I'll put it in the chat here.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
different Teague. It's not that Teague.
yeah.
So we're talking about this
Not
Teague
that
here.
guy.
Not that guy. And he yeah, so he comes from a long line of other witches, and
Ah!
apparently you don't need to be a witch because, as he said, he is bestowing his power upon someone else, so you can hand
Well,
it down as
he's
you
given
wish.
him the witchy book.
Yeah, but we haven't got there yet, quite yet. I just wanted to say also that when the Union troops invaded the town, everybody else fled except for him. So so they were apparently the Union troops were raiding the supplies, and in the middle of all this, the witch doctor froze them all. He's explaining how he did all that, and he allows Joseph to move again.
Wait a minute, Jill. You said witch doctor. You're jumping ahead. That's the next episode.
Oh.
Yeah, you said witch doctor when you meant the warlock or the Teague.
Yeah, Teague says, "Ye soldier conjured here in the name of the Prince of Darkness, ye can now move and speak." And so he undid his spell. And Joseph doesn't want to believe in it. So he claims that this is all just hypnotism.
Jill,
But
whatever you do when you quote those crazy incantations, do not twitch your nose.
oh, but what if my nose is itchy and I don't want to scratch it?
Oh dear. Something bad might happen.
So yeah, okay. So you already mentioned the whole thing where they didn't use the word hypnotism, they used mesmer. And
Yeah.
he goes on to say that he could freeze up the whole Union Army. He can do more than this. This is small as potatoes compared to his true power. He says, "I can open up the path to Washington so that Bobby Lee could ride in there with 3 Confederate troopers and take over the whole country." And so Joseph is finally catching on to this idea, and so when the old man yeah, so apparently in the original script, Sterling wrote Washington, D.C., but that wasn't the capital yet, so they had to
Right.
fix that.
So just Washington.
So the reason that the old man doesn't just do this himself is because he knows he's going to die. He's going to die at sundown, and as such, he wants to hand down the powers to Joseph, because basically he says that he likes him, but there's really no other choice. So he could stop the
Yeah, he talks
Union.
about the look in his eye and everything, and I'm kind of like, really? He doesn't look as wild-eyed as you, old man.
Yeah.
Jill, he's got the crazy eyes. No.
Well, he is crazy. He's evil and crazy, and
Yeah.
he's made a deal with the devil, and he wants Joseph to do it too. And so
Yeah.
Joseph takes the book, but he doesn't feel right about it. He doesn't think this idea is right. And
Yep.
Teague says, "You got it, Johnny Reb." I don't know why he keeps calling him Johnny Reb. Does anybody know who Johnny Reb is?
Johnny Reb is a euphemism from the North describing the rebel soldiers. Just Johnny Reb.
And he also says, "You said it's got to be said, the devil, that's who you're in league with, the devil himself. That's who we have fighting on our side. The devil, the devil, the devil." The devil. He says it 4 times.
It's like, I'm going to scream 4 times. After this dream, I'm going to need some prescription meds, Jill.
Paradine makes it back to camp to report that the advance party is in. So right after he gives them this book, they go back to camp, and Paradine says everything. He talks to report that the advance party is there despite them not making any sound.
Yeah.
And he explains they were put to sleep by black magic. And his lieutenant says, "You know what? You need to go to bed."
Yeah. You need a nap. I think a nap will do you a world of good, soldier.
Yeah, exactly. But he said, no, this is my report. And also, I can then he says that he cast a spell. He tried it. He cast a spell in the direction of the camp where the Yankees were staying in the North Ridge, and apparently it worked. And Mallory comes back to confirm that story so that everybody now believes Joseph can freeze Union soldiers. So off camera, Joseph tries the same spell that
Yeah,
so it works
he
for
explains that on the way back he did that to how did he describe it? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, he froze some Union soldiers,
Yeah,
basically. That's all we really need to know.
he just describes it. It's off. We don't see it. It's off screen, like you said, but he did describe it to his commanding officer.
Yeah, Mallory says not dead, not alive, just frozen, stock still,
Yeah.
like rocks.
Right.
And Joseph makes a plea to work with a devil. Okay, so he wants to do it at first. And so he thinks that so we don't have enough guns, we don't have enough food, we don't have anything. And so this is the way. This is the way we can do this. But he says, "I don't know much about Satan, but this cause of ours is dying right in front of us." And Dower asks Joseph to do this, he's with it. But as Joseph begins as with okay, you can tell them then.
Well, I was just gonna say, it's interesting that at the beginning of the story, the coward who wanted to give up is also the one who is like, "All right, let's bring in Satan. That's how we do it."
He is. He is. So Joseph begins to cite the spell. He's going to do this, but then he hesitates because the spell would require him to revoke the name of God. And Dower is frustrated that Joseph won't complete the spell and pulls the book away from him, stating that this is all the Confederacy has left. The lieutenant agrees, but then Joseph says, "If I read aloud from this book, it'll be the Confederacy that's damned."
Yeah. And if our cause is righteous, then to renounce our belief in God is going to be our damnation. Don't we call them the damn Yankees?
Right.
Well, we should not be damned.
Exactly. And then
or something to that effect.
Yeah, that's
and then
it.
Stone Racket's favorite part of the episode.
Yep, he throws the witchcraft book into the fire. Now, this episode with the witchery, we have a character that does the right thing.
Yeah.
But the next episode, oh dear.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Well, but this is the thing, is that I do, and it is a sympathetic look at the Confederacy, and that they are men, they are brothers, it was a civil war, an internal conflict, and so I do appreciate the respect that Rod Serling as a writer presents to the Confederacy, just in terms of, we must reconcile. There must be some form of peace between us to be able to make a stronger union, for lack of a better term. Yeah, also, I would like to say, on behalf of the entire panel, we renounce Satan. We do not like the devil. And while we are brought into temptation, we do attempt to revile or push it away. No,
Mhm.
no good Satans. There are
Yeah.
no good Satans.
Yep. And I second the motion. Jill, do you
There it
third the
is.
motion?
Oh,
no,
of course.
Jill's a witchy poo.
Yeah, but just
It's a
because
costume.
I am wearing
It's a
a witch
costume.
costume,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
don't know if you heard.
nobody in, I mean, unless they're the dark magic, like in Harry Potter, there are good witches and bad witches. So I think
Are
that you
you a
can have both.
good witch or a
Are you
bad
good?
witch?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, haven't
No,
you ever
I'm
saw Wizard of Oz? Come on.
well, that's all
hogwash.
hogwash. There's all witches are bad, but
No.
Jill, just don't twitch your nose. Okay, just
Are
don't
you
twitch
saying
your nose.
Samantha's bad? Come on, man.
Samantha's hot. Oh,
Yeah.
no. No, I just referring to
I'm
Samantha
hot. I'm
Stevens.
bad.
I said to Jill when she was describing the book, what the old man was saying. I just said, Jill, don't twitch your nose when you say those words.
Mm.
Yeah.
I said
Well, I
something
don't want
bad's
to
going to happen.
teleport or anything, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So yes, so definitely Joseph was willing to use this book until he had to renounce God, and so he was like, "No, I can't do that." So
Right.
at least the Confederacy isn't that bad.
Yeah, they're not Satanists.
Yeah. Oh, that kind of reminds me of Rocket. You know what I'm talking about, right? That
Rocket?
movie.
Rocket Robin Hood?
No, not Rocket Robin Hood.
Bottle
Rockin'
Rocket?
Robin. Rockin'
Tweedledee.
Robin.
Rocketeer, the Rocketeer
The
with
The
Rocketeer.
the mobsters who said
Oh,
who
yeah.
they weren't good guys. They weren't good guys,
Yeah, but they goes,
they,
but I ain't working for no or something like. I'm not gonna side with any Nazi.
Well,
No.
and
Yeah.
you know what? It's funny because there was, I think it was in the late 90s, there was a crossover between the Justice League and the Avengers. And so they all end up in the same universe, villains and heroes alike. And so the Joker ends up hooking up with, not hooking up, but he crashes into Red Skull. And Red Skull starts expounding on his philosophy in terms of Nazism, and the Joker is like, hey, I may be a maniac, I may be a psychopath, a murderer, but I'm an American.
Yeah.
Yes, along those lines too. Yeah, that one works also. I like that.
Can I close out
Stone
too?
Rocket. Oh, you want to close out? Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay. I
I'll
apologize. I'm hogging this one just because I really, really like the bookends. On the following morning, Sergeant Paradine and the rest of these men were moved up north to a little town in Pennsylvania, an obscure little place where a battle was brewing, a town called Gettysburg. And this one was fought without the help of the devil. Small historical note not to be found in any known books, but part of the records in the Twilight Zone.
Very nice.
Sorry for hogging. I just
That's okay.
I love it.
Well, then I'll hog the next episode big time. You just
the
won't
jungle.
believe.
Sounds good.
You won't believe how much
The mighty jungle.
Lion.
In the jungle. Oh, sorry.
So, but in the original draft script, they did something I thought that the episode was going to do, which is they mentioned Gettysburg, and so they said, "Well, we'll have to fight that one without the devil," and then we get a different ending where Serling says, "In a time to come during what will be Joseph Paradine's old and garrulous years." What the hell?
Garrulous.
Yeah.
Garrulous. He'll tell anyone to listen that the Civil War wasn't lost at Gettysburg or Shiloh. Rather, he'll insist the Confederacy was buried in a little valley hamlet called Chenal. People will probably laugh or pity him when he insists that the South lost a war because they refused a certain alliance. But we need neither laugh nor pity because we know the nature of that alliance. Such alliances are the norm rather than the exception in the Twilight Zone. So that
Oh,
was
that's
an alternative.
rad. That's way better.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking because you were describing the episode to me earlier in Messenger, and it's perfectly expressed in that original. I wonder why you
Do you
changed
have
it.
the original dialogue? Do you have the original closing?
Well, I just read it.
I know, but I want to.
Okay.
I told you I was gonna hog it.
Hog,
didn't know.
hog, 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 hog.
You're quite just like you're at the trowel. I'll drop it right in there.
Yes, I am. Oink, oink, oink. Very superstitious writings on the wall. In a time to come, during what will be Joseph Paradine's old and garrulous years, he'll tell anyone who's willing to listen that the Civil War wasn't lost at Antietam. Didn't say that right. Gettysburg or Shiloh. Rather, he'll insist that the Confederacy was buried in a little valley hamlet called Chenal. People will probably laugh or pity him when he insists that the South lost a war because they refused a certain alliance. But we need neither laugh nor pity because we know the nature of that alliance. Such alliances are the norm rather than the exception in the Twilight Zone. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Jill. It just feels good to read that stuff out loud. I don't know. I love the sound of my own voice. I apologize to everybody in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Share the stream.
Please.
Greek letters.
Thank you.
There we go. There we go. Exactly. And scene.
Shut up, Scotty. Yes, he says. And there's one more thing I want to mention before we move on to the jungle, or before we move on to the chat, because I've got to catch up with that also. Is that in the original story, the original one, the short story, was the hero actually decapitates the old man who gives him the book of black magic.
Good.
And that would have been interesting.
Yeah, Zachary says, well, that would have livened things up. So in other words, he would have enjoyed the episode more if he got a decapitation. So I don't know.
It's well, but that's the thing. Like,
That's Zachary's bloodlust.
Yeah.
Well, but this is also, and I've spoken at great length in terms of my anticipations when I watch a Twilight Zone. Like in the beginning, it was the O. Henry that I was waiting for. This one, the O. Henry starts like second act, and it's like, oh, we got a warlock, and then it's wrestling with the power that could be presented to you, and even if the like. And I'm sort of wrestling with this because it's like, if the Confederates are the villains of most Civil War stories, at least in the Twilight Zone, the Confederates did not make a pact with Satan. Like they were men who were God-fearing men who believed in what they were doing. And so it does take away some of the vilification, which I think is fantastic. And so while I do respect Mr. Zachary very, very much in terms of his analysis and contributions to science fiction and fantasy, I think in this particular instance, he was undermining the tone and the message of the film. And I've heard that I was watching a I'm sorry to ramble, but I was watching a thing about film criticism, and specifically about Birth of a Nation. And while Birth of a Nation is widely denounced for being an exoneration or a justification for the KKK, it's still a work of art. Whether you disagree, if you disagree with the message of the film, in terms of its technical aptitude, it is one of the pioneers of American cinema. It is the first American epic. And while the subject matter may be distasteful, the technical aptitude is there. And so I only bring that up to highlight that in this, perhaps politics could play a part in terms of your distaste for the episode by elevating what could be regarded as an enemy. But I think that is something good art does sort of come contrary against your established beliefs. And so if you do think the Confederacy are evil and spawns of Satan, we're shown a protagonist here who represents that evil, but still denounces the ultimate evil, which I think is a very hearty narrative position to take. So even the bad guys, when they are part of the family, they're not that bad. They're not Satan.
In this episode, I have not
In this
seen
episode,
Birth of a Nation.
I haven't seen it either.
Kind of makes me queasy to think about watching it. I don't think I want to, but if I had to,
I think I want to watch it
could
on
understand
mute.
that I could understand from a filmmaking perspective. If I were in school or something, I would watch it.
Yeah. Scotty's
film
right,
school.
though, that as far as film narratives, film language, it's a important work. But unfortunately,
The subject matter
and where it goes with, the KKK being, the good guys and rescuing the damsel in distress, Lillian Gish. It's just, it's oh well, if they hadn't gone down that route, if they hadn't gone down that route, it'd be a totally different story. But as far as film technique, it's an important work in the history of film narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to read some of the chats and step away from that.
Oh, but why?
Abruptly. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, it's Jill's channel. Go, Jill. Go.
Yeah. It's not like I want to erase it from history. I didn't do that. It deserves to exist, but I don't want to watch it. Orphan. Oh, wait. There's a super chat. Hey, I will get back to that. I'll start with that.
Sorry, Orphan Zane. Someone paid money.
The glove
we'll get
cleaner.
Back to you shortly.
The glove cleaner for $9.99. Thank you so much. Thanks for Jill and her patience, but especially for the costume. Oh, thank you. Yes, this costume I wore when I was helping out. I volunteered to be a professor during a Harry Potter camp, and this is the hat I bought. I still have the hat.
Way to go, McGonagall.
Yeah. I named myself Nehru from The Legend of Zelda. So it's one of the goddesses. Anyway, James Caserta says
there's only one god, ma'am, and she doesn't dress like that.
Alice,
he doesn't dress like that.
Oh, you're talking about? No, I know, but Scotty is talking about Alanis Morissette from Dogma. James Caserta says all art is amoral, like Scotty. What?
Amoral.
I just read that. I should have.
No, but it doesn't mean without morals. It just means without morals.
Thank you. Okay, so
it doesn't mean that I'm anti-moral. It just means that, go where you want to go, do what you want to do.
I don't always believe everything I read.
Well, that's good because you have Twitter.
That's right.
I just follow cat people on Twitter.
Okay, no, I can't. That's not me.
Greek letter says, let me guess, they're marching and singing to It's a Long Way to the Tipperary.
No. It's a long way to Tipperary. I got the tune wrong, but those are the words.
Yeah, that's the wrong war.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which one was Tipperary? Was that World War I?
World War I, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
And hey, Matt G's here. Hello, Matt G.
Matt G. Side Mandelbrot.
Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. Whatever that means.
I want to, you know what? Sure. Crouching Taylor, Hidden Swift. How's the new album? I haven't heard yet. I've heard some people are dissatisfied, but I'm just curious what your take is on the new Taylor Swift
You
album.
know, I was curious about his opinion on that too, because it I'm not a fan, so I can't judge it.
Well, shake it
I
off.
don't really like any of Taylor Swift's.
I love
Sorry,
Shake It
Matt.
Off. I used Shake It Off as a morning alarm for like 4 months.
Oh, James Caserta says my library has volume 27 of the Big Book of Problems. The Big Book of Solutions is on the 3rd floor, but there's no elevator.
Yes.
Wow. That's kind of funny.
The glove cleaner says, "Who cares?" Great.
Yeah. What? I'm sorry.
Not in
glove
reference
cleaner,
to James
for whatever.
Caserta. No, I just saw someone say, "Who cares?" And
Well,
I
yeah,
was
I
like,
know the
I
glove
care.
cleaner said who cares, but I'm sorry I went down that road. I just like to make sure everybody in the chat feels a bit appreciated. And okay, so Greek letter says, okay, everyone, put Seventh Son of the Seventh Son by Iron Maiden loud as hell and start headbanging. Oh, I didn't
Oh,
realize that was a
dude.
song. I need to listen to that.
Me too.
Me not.
Oh, come on. A little heavy metal would do you well.
Nope.
There's some education here from Mage Greywolf. Traditionally, witch was gender neutral, and the etymology from Old English says it denoted a male who practiced witchcraft. Nice.
Well, and I was thinking of oh my god, what is the second last episode of Star Trek? The original series with
The second before Turnabout Intruder.
yeah, the one where they go back in time to Zarabeth.
Oh, Atos?
Yeah, it's all our yesterdays.
With all our yesterdays. Remember that lady is yelling at Captain Kirk, being like, "Burn the witch!"
Yeah, witch, they'll burn you.
Yeah. So Captain Kirk was a witch. I think it is gender neutral, and Star Trek told me so.
Well, he was accused of being a witch, but
Well, he was a sorcerer.
He was talking to spirits, Bones and Spock.
Oh, as if perfect timing from that past comment. Entropy Manor said Satan does have better music.
Nuh-uh.
I'd rather laugh with the sinners than cry with the saints. The sinners are much more fun. Only the good die young.
Hate that song.
Love that song. Shut your face. Get your Billy Joel on my face.
Scotty, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
James Caserta says I have to slant everything to the left of something terrible will happen. Oh, he's being superstitious, which is what we're going to be in just a few minutes after I check these out here. And I'm just making sure we got the chats. I've driven to Tipperary, says Canadian Spider-Man, and took a picture of the curtain shop there. It's actually not that far, less than a day's drive from London. Wow. That's great.
Like my favorite thing about this line of thought is that I'm thinking of the White Cliffs of Dover. But if I were to go to Dover, I would have to jump over to see the White Cliffs. Otherwise, it's just a field with a big drop off.
Mm-hmm.
You really have to see it from the sea to get the whole thing.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh,
we're moving on.
Isn't there a beach?
I don't know.
Underneath,
I don't
think
know.
there's
I've
a
never
beach.
been there.
I think there's a beach you can walk on beneath the cliffs, but I may be wrong. I'm not sure.
I like that song though. That's a good. Cliffs of Dover.
Me too.
So we're moving on to the next episode now. As soon as my slides decide to move.
Yes.
Wilbur. Oh, well, I will review that movie one day.
It's Wilbur?
Yeah, Wilbur. Well, you were referencing Charlotte's Web, weren't you?
Oh no, I was referencing
Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
That's what I first thought of too. But there is a point that Jill has with the Charlotte.
I can't review Charlotte's Web because I'll just cry.
Yeah, that's the point.
Jill,
that's the point. You want me to? All right.
Jill, tell us when this episode first aired.
Yes, I will. So this episode, The Jungle, first aired on December 1st, 1961.
Yes, and my younger brother was born on December 1st, 1961.
You're kidding.
Oh.
Nope,
That's
Nice.
amazing.
It's amazing.
Well, that is wonderful because both you and your brother have a Twilight Zone episode that has your birthday.
Mm,
All right.
let's see which
Or-
one aired on my birthday.
I don't know.
I'll have to look
You-
into that.
Yeah, Google it, yo, or Bing it, or ask.
Oh, I
Jeeves.
thought it. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. It was a couple of days after your birthday. Never mind.
Yeah, it premiered on October 2nd, and then I was born 4 days later.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
It was
right. I
close.
remember you saying so.
Coincidence?
So-
I don't think so. Anyway.
No,
So
I think
this
it was
one
pretty much a
was
coincidence.
This one was written by Charles Beaumont.
Chuck.
Yeah, with the birth of the Twilight Zone, we had the birth of Stone
Mhm.
Racket. So
Now,
then,
Never mind.
with Charles Beaumont, I believe this was his last complete script, or excuse me, the last script that he wrote all by himself for Twilight Zone, because his illness started to kind of take over, and he needed help from his writing buddies to kind of finish some of his assignments. But I think this is the last one that he totally wrote himself. Is that correct?
That-
I think
that's it. I do remember talking about that when we were first talking about Charles Beaumont's first episodes, that unfortunate event happened to his mind,
Yeah.
which is really terrible for someone so brilliant for that to happen to them.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to have more than one episode. It says, actually,
Yeah. He
Decree
has.
says there's
Yeah, go
3
ahead.
episodes in this season that are written by him.
Yeah.
And this is the first one.
Oh, okay.
So we've got 2 more.
Two
But it
more.
might be the last one that was fully written by him. That's
Yeah,
another deeper
could
cut.
could be. Yeah. I've thought I read that somewhere, but I may be mistaken.
You could be correct. I don't know. But we've got some African magic here
Ah,
on the streets of New York City. And
the asphalt jungle, Jill.
this story was first written by Beaumont in 1954 in If magazine.
Is James Caserta still here?
Yes. He says
It's the jungle, Jim. Because I just wanted to say jungle, Jim.
Jungle Jim.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your pity chuckle.
and Canadian Spider-Man corrects himself from earlier. I meant Dublin. I've never driven around England. Road trip around Ireland was fun in 2007.
Okay, so Kimberly Ann Knight in the chat says, I'm still here. So I will say, it's a jungle, Kim. It rhymes with Jim. So it works.
Yes,
It does.
it rhymes
So this
like poetry.
Like poetry.
So
Sorry,
this
I'm
episode-
interrupting all over the place.
Well, this episode was directed. It was directed by William F. Claxton.
What a weird last name.
Claxton.
Yeah. So he must have been shouting and really loud on set.
Like yeah, exactly. No, but that's an awesome. I'm gonna write down Claxton. If I'm gonna make like a first officer on a starship, Commander Claxton.
It is a good name. So we're
Yeah.
set in the Big Apple, just as Zachary said, where Doris' husband, and his name is, what is his name?
Alan Richards.
Alan. Yeah, his name. Alan has lost his cufflinks, and he found them in her jewelry case, along with some other things which really disturbed him.
Yeah, it's
Including-
a bag of ugly things that don't belong in a jewelry box, Jill.
Well,
my-
yeah,
Yeah.
He's
Usually-
very calm.
yes. If I found a finger in
Yeah.
a human finger
Yeah.
in possession of my husband, I would be extremely concerned, and I might
Yeah.
take a visit to my mother's house for a while.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's a little
Like,
too
Jill-
understated. I would be going, what the hell is this?
There are plenty of people in my life that I trust implicitly. And the only thing that I think would break that trust would be if I found a box with a human finger in it.
Yeah, the other things aren't so bad. A sacred death stone
Yeah,
and vulture's
I'm fine
claw.
with that. Everything
those are
else,
fine.
well, no, the falcon's claw is a little like that's weird.
Yeah,
but
that's a little creepy.
it is creepy, but it's
But
not as creepy as a human.
Yeah, the mummified
finger.
finger is like, what?
Ugh.
I
Oh
I
my
would
God.
I would be throwing her out, saying,
I'd be like, what the hell?
I would go, I am going to call my attorney and seek a divorce. No,
Yeah,
No, but and
that is well, they say some things are red flags. So this is the
yeah,
yeah, this is
red
certainly.
this
standard.
is basically 20 red flags. No, but he does
Well,
the right thing. He throws it all in the fire.
to be, and you will, and if you watch the episode, you'll notice that the finger is the only thing that doesn't make it into the fire. It falls a little short. Everything else goes in. But the thing is that what's the main character's name? I keep
Alan
wanting to
Richards.
call him
Alan.
Alan.
Richards. Yeah.
So Alan is also like, and her name is Doris, right?
Right.
So Alan and Doris have been through their African adventure. And so they've both seen, as we get to hear from Alan, that it's like, oh, no, let me tell you, this is not superstition. I've seen people die. And so I do understand his understanding towards Doris's superstition. But now that they're back in New York, it's like we have to let all that go. We have to let that all slide away. What can they do? They're 5,000 miles away. We've come thousands of miles.
Yeah, right. They were in Africa. She isn't very happy that her husband disposes of all of her stuff.
I'm
He
happy.
tells her
Stuff
he
like
tells
her
her that they're
protection.
yeah, her protection. He tells her they're not in Africa anymore and says that such items are for the uncivilized people. And Doris says that she's afraid. And she says, "Do you remember what that old shaman said long ago when the men started drilling? He said, we were wounding the land, hurting it, making it bleed. Alan, he said, that land would make us pay." And she begs him to stop the drilling, to not do this. But Alan says, "It's my job as an engineer in a hydroelectric project, not to pander to ignorant witch doctors." And
On the witch.
so basically she thinks, okay, well, that's the end of my husband. He's going to die now.
Yes.
And Doris warns him not to open the door. And sure enough, when he does, we get a dead goat laying out in the hallway.
Yeah,
And then
Doris says, "Don't open the door," because she put the dead goat there.
You think
she
put the
didn't put
goat
it there.
Yes, she did. It's all
You think-
Doris's fault.
Is it Doris? No, but
crazy.
like, is it to ward off the curses? It's
Well,
like, oh, you.
Oh,
No, it's what she says, don't open the door because I'm thinking what you both are thinking is that she doesn't want him to go anywhere because he's going to be in danger.
yes.
And then the goat, of course, is, witch doctor.
Well,
Yes,
but if she's
yes,
so
that was
into
it.
it, isn't it like putting shields up, red alert? We have to leave a goat outside of our door because if we don't, we'll die.
That's an
Yeah,
interesting theory.
it's not clear, but I just was kind of being facetious. But you can interpret it either way.
What and
Not leaving the
that
still on the poor dead animal too long.
Yeah, it's like, ah,
yeah, I didn't even know what kind of animal that was. I
It's
thought
a
it was
goat.
a targ.
it's a
You
goat.
thought it was a targ. It's in the opening narration, which Stone
Yeah.
Racket will read right now.
Eventually.
No, do it now.
Okay. The carcass of a goat, a dead finger, a few bits of broken glass and stone, and Mr. Alan Richards, a modern man of a modern age, hating with all his heart something in which he cannot believe, and preparing, although he doesn't know it, to take the longest walk of his life, right down to the center of the Twilight Zone. Dun 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 dun.
Nice. I like the musical interlude.
And,
Entropy Manners.
Yeah, John Daner, we last saw him where, Jill?
John Daner, we saw him recently?
No, we saw him last in Twilight Zone.
Oh,
In The Lonely.
Oh, dang. Oh, that's the
But
first
he was
episode.
the commander of the supply ship that gave. He played Allenby. He gave Corey
Oh,
the
wow.
android.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize. You know what? I'm glad that you brought that up. Like these two episodes are not very, I recognize that actor kind of episodes, but
No,
all of
there's
the
no
actors.
Star Trek today.
No, there's no Star Trek today. The closest that we get is the tribble on the guy's upper lip in the last episode. But like I love all of the performances in these two episodes. It's fantastic, and especially Alan and the actor's name. But
John Dana.
yeah,
Huh?
yeah, no, he's
Oh yeah.
great.
Oh yeah.
Like
He's
this
really
is basically a solo show, and he pulls it off
Mhm.
incredibly.
Yeah, there's well, when we get there, I'll interject.
Okay,
So,
sounds
what-
great.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
Entropy Manor says goats just die in hallways all the time.
all the time.
Well,
So
then
don't
they're
be-
not the
so let's
greatest
not-
of all time, are they?
Let's not be babies. Goats are dying in hallways and apartment complexes every day.
And we have to do something about these homeless goats.
These homeless goats, they just wander in and
Say
collapse in front of
meh.
people's doors. Oh,
Is that
meh.
what they say, Jill?
That's what Kimberly says.
Meh.
Tap. Meh.
So we start this episode in the corporate world here and just at the company because they didn't want to make anybody mad by having a company name that was realistic.
Now,
I don't like casual Serling.
Go back, Jill. Yeah, it's like, where the hell's his tie?
Yeah.
This is casual Serling. It's like,
I get very upset by both instances because I get what he's going for. I wish he had the untied bow tie hanging from his collar, and same thing with Alan later on.
right. And once he gets to we'll get there.
Yeah,
But
interesting.
yeah, it's like I'm glad you pointed that out because I was going to say the same thing. Well, similar. It's like, where's his tie? He looks too casual.
I'm gonna because I wrote down Claxton. I'm gonna end up looking back through this book and being like, what the fuck is a Claxton? Sorry about the swear.
It's
And
basically it's a naval term. It's a klaxon.
No, that's Claxon.
Klaxon.
No
Okay.
T. No
Yeah,
T.
you're right.
we start the episode by examining the different levels of rainfall as it occurs all over Africa, which were determined after a
Happy Africa.
hydroelectric survey of the continent. And so, yeah,
Oh man,
it's part of a
second.
research.
I got to full screen this because I
project.
was very curious about the rainfall in Africa, and I have no idea if this is accurate. But like, so basically,
yeah,
like the
real deep.
over 40 is the northwestern coast, and then it diminishes. Oh, you know what? It's okay. It sort of heavies. Sorry, this is the weather in Africa circa 1961. So okay, the northeastern coast of Africa does get some rainfall, and the rest of it apparently is Tatooine.
Yeah. Well, and we're just going to trust that that is correct just for the sake of the episode.
I'm not
It
going to look
may
up.
not be.
I'm not
I
going to
really
look it up.
don't know if they did actual comparative research into the actual rainfall of Africa.
Well, there's
But
a
we
lot of
do
maps.
have this is
There's
the
maps that happen.
Kalaka River Dam project, and this is the engineer's cost report for that.
Stone Racket, would you care to bless the rains down in Africa?
Oh no! First Taylor Swift, now Toto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I cut it off pretty well though. The glove cleaner.
Can we? No, we can't. I was gonna say, can we play a little Toto? But no.
No.
No
to
Toto.
Not. I do not own Toto. This is where Alan speaks.
That's Judy Garland's job.
So somebody asks about the natives. And so Alan speaks up about the
I
Palooka
love
people,
this.
saying that they are violent and that they lost their homes. They're violent, and it's understandable they're violent because they're
Yeah.
losing their homes.
Mhm.
Some people probably could be harmed by this project physically, and of course, they don't say that, but I mean, it's possible.
It's a possibility.
A-
Yeah.
And of course, they'd be upset about that. He still believes that they'd somehow benefit from it, and but of course, that's probably just what they tell themselves to justify what they're doing to the land.
No,
But
I
really,
think that
it's
they're really. Do you think that they're maliciously? And it's not an oil drill; it's a water.
it's a dam. It's
It's
a
a
dam,
dam.
but he's saying they're going to benefit from the water, but are there's a
Eventually,
lot of time. There are a lot of times where corporations do this and they keep the water to themselves. And so I don't know the true intentions of this company.
Well,
And
well,
we can't fathom that at all.
no, of course not. That's not what the episode's about.
Right.
No matter what the true intentions are, the
Right.
Kaluka are mad about it. Mad about losing
They're
their home.
hopping mad.
They've been displaced overall, and so they put a curse on everybody.
as you
And
do.
Yeah, and
so
that's what I wanted to point out is that okay, we have a whole boardroom. Every one of these guys and the people working, actually doing the labor, all of them have been cursed. All of them are equally, uh, at fault according to
Culpable.
they're culpable in the eyes of the
Shaman.
well, the
Kaluka.
shaman, but the representing his people. And so,
Mhm.
but it only focuses on Alan, but it's going to have similar things are going to happen to everybody in this boardroom, for instance.
Yeah.
True. Yes, and it happened. It did. So we could have like 5 different episodes seeing how it all happened to everybody. But so yes, they put a curse on everybody connected with this enterprise. And so how far that goes, because we know it extends to at least to their nuclear family, which is creepy.
I
And
don't know. I don't know if it goes towards their loved one.
well,
Did he
well,
say their loved ones? Because Doris was
he
in
says connected.
Africa with Alan. Oh, he
Okay,
says
so
connected? Oh, okay.
he
Yeah.
says the word connected. So
Yeah.
maybe I
Yeah.
don't know for
Oh, yeah.
sure. Like
It's clear from how the episode ends. It's very clear.
Well, I don't know what happened because Palpatine. Is that the name of the guy from the last episode? Palpatine?
No, Paradigm.
I just call him
Paradigm. He
Joseph.
burned the book of witchcraft, so we
Right.
can't
He does
actually
the
look
right
it up in
thing.
the index.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You have to look under Africa. And
Yeah.
so he says, I have seen healthy. So he's of two minds. Alan's of two minds. He doesn't want to believe in this witchcraft, but he also has seen it work. So he was there and he says, I have seen healthy men sicken and die within 10 minutes of the time set by the witch doctors who cursed them. Healthy men and women. They weren't touched. They weren't poisoned. They weren't harmed in any way. They just died. And so since he saw that, but he believes it, but nobody else in the room believes it. And so he starts going around to show everyone how they all believe
This
in
is so
magic of some
rad.
sort already.
Do
For
you have
instance,
these? Do you have this? Like the dialogue?
I don't have the dialogue. No, you
Okay,
want the
never mind.
dialogue?
I was gonna do because again, just to make it so people unsubscribe, I was gonna do a reading, but
Oh,
we
do
don't
you
have
want to do a
to.
reading?
Well, it's up
You,
to you. It's your channel. If you don't want me to, I don't care.
I could, but you know what that means. You have to say stuff while I bring it up.
Absolutely.
Where am I?
Now, okay, so this scene, and I'm sorry to sort of commandeer what's going on, but this scene reminds me of the scene again in Dogma, where Loki is going around and sort of judging everyone around the board table. And it's amazing in terms of the superstitions that everyone else subscribes to, while they are themselves like they are superstitious, and then they're saying, what, you can't believe in this hogwash that comes from Africa. And it's like, well, you believe in hogwash too. And I've been confronted with that, and I'm like, I can't believe those people believe that. And it's like, well, what do you believe? And I tell them, and then they're like, well, that's just as ridiculous, and it's only a leap of faith. And so it does depend. Maybe it is the belief that makes it real. It's real. I find it fascinating, and I find it interesting just to be able to not devil's advocate, but opposing viewpoint to sort of. Have you ever, Stone Racket, have you ever been in a position where you had to argue for something just as an intellectual exercise? Have you ever had to argue for something that you did not personally subscribe to?
No.
Never?
No, I wasn't on the debate team.
It's an interesting exercise, and I highly recommend it. And maybe it exposes a lot of who I am in terms of where my sort of viewpoint comes, is that I was.
And so Stone Racket didn't have to defend Data.
And that's exactly what harmed Riker saved Data. And you have to intellectually just come to grips with the idea that it is based in logic, based in reason. And even if you yourself do not subscribe to that, then at least sort of empathize with the people that do. I find that a fascinating exercise. And it, again, it's probably part of the reason why people enjoy my company so much.
Yeah, that's true. And sometimes I think that you really believe that, and I'm fooled by your exploration, and it's disturbing. But
Well,
yes,
Star
I'm
Trek
ready.
Discovery is the best Star Trek ever. Anyway, so are
Oh
we
my
ready?
God, no, it is not. But you don't
Anyway,
believe that either.
No, I don't.
Go ahead.
No, I don't. Oh, say, what is this you're wearing on your watch chain? Why, it's a rabbit's foot, isn't it? Why do you wear that? Now, see here, it's for luck, isn't it? Well, that's got to do with magic. Sinclair carries the severed foot of a dead animal around with him for good fortune, and he can't see that has to do with magic. Hardy is amused, although it's known he's superstitious man. Or have you finally given up on astrology? Well, now here's a 20th century man in a 20th century mind who allows the stars to make his decisions. And it's done a damn fine job too, young man. That's exactly what Kyuku, witch doctor, said to me when I suggested panther bones couldn't foretell the future. You needn't smile, Mr. Templeton. I've seen you knock on wood more than once. Oh, Alan. Mr. Fleming, when was the last time you walked under a ladder or crossed your fingers or threw salt over your shoulder? All right, Mr. Richards, you've made your point. $1 million, multi-billion in 1960. Good for you guys. Way to exploit Africa. A multi-billion-dollar corporation run by witches, warlocks in a 14-story building that doesn't have a 13th floor. I find that soliloquy absolutely fascinating, just in terms of the expression of when you shit, not sorry for the swear, on someone else's beliefs, just walk a mile in their shoes. Try and figure out why they do believe what they believe. And then look at yourself and be like, well, what are you mad at? Or what do you love? And are their loves or angers, are they so ridiculous? Or are they just inherent? Are they things you picked up along the way? I love this episode. I love this just for this argument. And it's like,
and it's a great argument.
If before you start casting stones.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, I guess
thank
still
you,
they still
thank you for
have
the
to.
indulgence.
You're welcome. And I do agree with that in terms of understanding others through your own perceptions. You may have something similar. You may be more alike than you think, and it's interesting to explore that. But so
Infinite
the thing
diversity in
here,
infinite combinations.
Mhm. I forgot where I was going with that, but Alan
Sorry, I interrupted.
is yeah, exactly. Well, you did, but it was a good interruption. I'm glad you read that. So of course the interesting thing about that is that he knows this. He does believe in it, and yet he also doesn't. He doesn't believe it, and then he does. And he has this kind of thing that he waffles a bit about it, and that's why I'm waffling, is because so he's so sure of this, and yet he doesn't do anything to try to stop the drilling or try to halt the progress of that is causing the curse. And of course, we
Eh,
don't fly to Africa to say, "Hey, we don't really want to be cursed. Can we not have our project cursed?" And try to work with them and try to get what they need to get the water, you know.
but I think that he present like he's not the president of the company. He's like the surveyor. He's the one who
Right.
oversaw the beginnings of the construction. And so he
Yeah,
just came back and
why
said,
do the people have to leave the land in order to put up the dam? Is what I'm confused about. Like, why do they have to leave their homes? Why can't they stay there?
I don't know.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. But
Well, but all
It's probably
yeah.
because installing the dam will cause flooding in the valley wherever they live,
yeah,
the
okay,
lower
that makes
part.
sense.
So that's usually what happens when you have a huge hydroelectric project. There's going to be flooding where there wasn't flooding before,
Mhm.
diversion
Oh,
of waterways and stuff like that. So it's probably. I wish they would have said a little something about that. But yeah, Alan goes through this whole thing that Scotty recited, but for naught. They don't doesn't change anyone's minds. They just continue on
Yeah, I
with
like the soliloquy because it does express
I mean, it
something
expresses something,
profound,
but
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 it
but
doesn't
they
have an
they don't
effect on the
act
story.
they don't
Yeah,
act on it, and it just goes nowhere, and it's kind of frustrating. But
it is
there you go.
because he
I
knows
don't care too
something,
much
but
for
it doesn't
love
help.
because love can't buy me money.
Yes, and yeah, because we just abruptly end and go have a drink at the bar
As
with
you
Yeah,
Chad.
do.
it's quite a abrupt cut. You're right, Joe.
But
And
it's
And
nice. It is
and
nice to see that Alan has a friend. Like it is
us,
nice
yeah,
to see.
but look at that friend, Mr. Sourpuss. No,
Well, he also no, but this is awesome. It's like there's a moment where it's like, what would you do? Or no, if you needed to find a dead goat carcass on within an hour's notice, where would you go? And the friend is like a psychiatrist.
psychiatrist.
The
Yeah,
best line so far this season. Like that interaction is the funny. I laughed out loud, had to pause, rewind.
so it was a good joke. I liked it too. I
Yeah.
mean, but he's serious.
Yeah.
But and then something falls out of Alan's jacket because his wife had planted on him
in his
a
handkerchief.
lion's
It's
tooth.
like, oh, how
Yeah.
dare Doris do that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
a
I like
protective
how it comes
amulet.
back.
Yes, it does.
Speaking of coming
Eh,
back, I will shortly.
okay. And Chad wonders what he'll do about her, but Alan says he doesn't see it that way. He sees half the city as being sick, so you can't put away half the city. And he says, "My wife carries lion's tooth, the company, president, a rabbit's foot. It's all the same rotten disease. It's eating away at the strength, the will, the very soul of me." And in this discussion, he leaves behind the amulet, the protective amulet of the lion's tooth here. And so, because of course he knows of it, but he rejects it. he says goodnight to his friend, and then, but after that, his car doesn't start. Oh,
Of
I guess I missed.
course.
Yeah, his car doesn't start.
Yeah, he yells for his friend. Of course, he's in his car almost all the way down the street, doesn't
Yeah,
hear
he's
him.
already got the radio on.
And he tries his phone, and it's out of order.
Yes, he even tries to go back to the bar, but the bar won't open,
Yeah.
and
I
that's
mean,
when we see the
yeah,
lion's tooth that he
yeah.
left it.
Yeah, he's trying to. He's like, "Hey, anyone still in there?" And it's like, "Oh, no, they're not. That's
Yeah, and they
not
zoom on
having
the
it."
lion's tooth dramatically, so you know
Yeah.
it's important.
Yes. Well, yeah. But yeah, there's a refuge that he doesn't partake of, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah,
we'll get
so
there.
in the phone booth, he just ends up wasting his coins because the phone is out of order, but then it rings, and when he answers it, he hears jungle sounds. So he leaves it off the hook and he takes off.
Yeah, I would have gone, "Oh, real funny recording," and hung up
Yeah.
the phone. No, I'm
Well, this is interesting because we don't get to see any Africa. We can only hear it
right.
in the soundtrack of the episode.
Yeah, that's Buck Houghton saying, "Hey, Charles, let's rewrite this story because we can't do Africa. Let's use the back lot." It's like, so he just revamped his story, and we just get hints of Africa with the soundtrack, and and then
And
there's
the tr-
a thing that will be coming up with a display, but
yes.
yeah, we just, and I find it more effective that they didn't have it like the original story set in Africa. Um,
You do. It doesn't hurt sometimes to allow the audience to use their imagination, and the sounds do
it
give you that
yeah, it never hurts. I
peeking through the
uh,
trees. It kind
spooky
of makes you
trees,
feel,
spooky
yeah,
trees,
so you
Jill.
can only really see Alan and then all the leaves, so you can imagine you're in Africa with all those sounds.
Yeah, I hear birds and minkies, Jill.
Minkies or monkeys?
Yeah, that's Clouseau from the Pink Panther. Minkies, he says instead of monkeys.
Oh, okay.
Just making, well, so, oh well. Yeah, monkeys, Jill, monkeys.
So he continues
And then
the night,
is it
and
too
he,
early? Is it too early for the lion
well,
and panther type growling? I think it's that'll
oh,
be
you
coming.
know that. I
That
didn't
I
delineate
think
that
that
yet.
comes
I
up
think it's
that
early.
that comes up in the park, doesn't it? I think.
Yes, that's in the
Yeah.
park. I think you're right. So a
Yeah.
taxi finds him, and he tells him where to go, and
Yeah.
this taxi driver is Jay Overholt, who is in 8 different Twilight Zone episodes. He's
Cool.
a smaller roles, like, he
Yeah.
played the doctor in One for the Angels, for example,
Oh,
and,
cool.
an announcer in 22.
Oh, okay.
So when Alan tells the cab driver that he wants to be taken to Schruller House, they had to change the name to Schruller House because there was a real Schruller
Yeah, it's like
house, and
that's
I don't.
DeForest research where he's like, no, we don't. They're going to get mad at us if we mention them in this scary episode. So let's pronounce it different, spell it different, and yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, that's a
they
good
just
call.
basically covering their heinies legally.
Hmm. But the problem is, along the way, the
Yeah, it's
driver
like
just
yeah,
suddenly dies.
we he gets in a cab and it's like, oh, this is great. Well, until they get to the stoplight, and then he it's kind of like, now wait a minute. What does the taxi cab driver have to do with the hydroelectric project? So stinking
Oh
murderers,
yeah,
they're murdering everybody that's in contact with Alan. And I said, foul,
yeah,
unfair.
that is a foul. That is unfair.
Yeah.
Like, unless
Did,
he's not really dead and he just went to sleep. But I think the
Yeah, it just
implication is that
I
he's
think
dead.
it indicates that it's because Alan checks him and he's kind of like, oh, and he backs away in horror. It's like, oh, so it's like, oh dear, he's a goner. That taxi cab driver. But
Well,
I have
and speaking
I
of scary
yeah,
things
scary
regarding
things.
cars,
Yeah,
please tell us the story of the time Charles Beaumont spent some
yeah,
time with William F. Nolan.
Nolan. Yeah, this is a several paragraphs, so bear with me. This is from Mark Scott Zakri's Twilight Zone companion from his coverage of the episode The Jungle. The jungle plays upon our instinctual fear of being alone, of being chased, of the darkness, of the night. More than most people, Charles Beaumont was especially in tune with these fears, having often experienced them himself. A glimpse is provided by William F. Nolan. One night, I remember, we had gone to a late night horror movie. I'd parked my car that night in the parking lot of one of the big stores along Wilshire. We came out of the theater and we were walking back to the car, two supposedly sophisticated adults, and we got ourselves so hyped up talking about the horror film that we'd seen and other horrors and the kind of crazy people that are wandering the streets and can strike at you from the dark, from any building front, any alley. They could be there. Chuck was fascinated with all that stuff. When we got to the lot, we saw a car parked right next to mine. There were only two cars in the whole lot, my car and this other car, and some kind of figure was sitting there, kind of slumped over sideways and just kind of staring. I said, "Oh shit, Chuck, that guy looks like some kind of maniac to me." Chuck said, "Here are the possibilities." Chuck would always take his fingers. He could be one, dead. He could be a dead man, and we certainly don't want to get involved with that. And I said, "No, I don't want to get involved with some dead guy." Two, he could be some kind of pervert or killer waiting for us to get in your car to strike. I said, "It's possible he could be. I know this sounds crazy, but at the time of night after what we'd gone through, it seemed perfectly logical." Or three, he could be just an ordinary person waiting for his wife to come out of someplace. But if you were an ordinary person, what are you doing in a parking lot alone at 3 in the morning? I said, "I don't know, Chuck, but I tell you one thing. We're taking the bus home tonight." Today, Nolan recalls such events only with fondness. That's the kind of stuff you do with Beaumont. I would never do things like that with other people. I'd just go and get in my car. But he made a drama out of everything, and that's why people love to be with him. He brought just a walk home from a movie into the realm of the Twilight Zone. He utterly convinced me that if we went to that car, we would probably die. Good old Charles Beaumont making a
Yeah,
big production out of everything, Jill.
he does. Well, and that makes it sound like
But
a
yeah,
interesting time to be with him.
yeah,
He
he's
made
awfully entertaining, and recall the the funhouse anecdote with again the same two characters, Charles Beaumont and his writer buddy William F. Nolan, thinking that the ticket taker at the crazy funhouse was going to be in there with a knife chasing these guys.
yeah, and it was some little teenager or
He
something.
has some teenager and he's still picking his nails with his knife after they get out. And of course, Charles Beaumont sheepishly kind of looking to Nolan. Well, I could be wrong.
Yes. Well, yeah, they did sound like they had some fun adventures
Oh, that
where
was yeah. I mean, he just what a what an
it
imagination,
y
and it helped
yeah, it
him
was probably
tremendously as a writer.
mhm.
But yeah, he's just he would be very entertaining to be
'Cause I
around for
wanted
sure.
to I wanted to know more about this figure, and think but of course
Yeah, it's like
he didn't they took the bus home,
it's like we're
seriously.
taking the bus, turn around 180 degrees and get the and skedaddle.
What if Charles Beaumont really did save their lives that night?
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. So we continue, and we hear more jungle sounds, and we start to hear a drum like a heartbeat. And then we see a man dressed up in a type of, some African classic gear with a spear held out towards Alan. But then we find it's just part of a costume display. So
Yeah.
it's a
But the thing
costume
is,
party
it
store.
has, there's a flashing light, so it's in dark, and then it's lit, and then it just alternates. So I thought that was a good touch.
Mm. And and the mannequin is a real person, so that's kind of crazy, but we're not supposed to know that.
Well, it's the Still Valley of New
It's the
York.
Still
No,
Valley. Yeah, so both of these episodes had the Still Valley.
yeah.
But I did hear that sometimes they did have real people be mannequins in a store, but I don't know how often that happened. Anyway,
Oh, you mean Marcia?
yes.
Yeah, Anne Francis.
So Alan gives Vagrant some money because he hasn't eaten in days. He also asks him where the sound is coming from and then tries to pay him to walk with him. But then the Vagrant disappears completely.
Yeah,
Or
I think there's some more magic going on there.
oh no, yeah, and
Because it's
certainly the
like
Vagrant didn't have anything to do with the dam building.
with that damn building. No,
The
with the hydroelectric
the
project.
hydroelectric dam.
Yeah, so it's like,
The
was he teleported to another part of the city,
the
or
building of the dam. I
right?
wasn't
Yeah, I know that. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's like, well, where'd he go? Because he vanished. I mean, he's not. He's nowhere to be found. Running away from Alan or walking briskly away. He's just nowhere. And it's like,
right. Because
what?
of course he would have taken the money. Oh, yeah, just to walk around?
Hmm. Of course, I
So,
don't know. He might have been afraid of. Might have gone. This guy is freaking me out. I better get out of
that's
here.
true too. Because maybe even he has standards. I don't wanna hang around with the guy who's hearing sounds that do not
Hearing things.
exist.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's the case.
Now, do you have the slide of Alan um, in front of the church?
Well, he's gotta pet this lion first.
No, yeah, there he is. Now, see, there's his refuge. All
That's what I
he,
thought.
all he and Doris need is they need Jesus. And if he had gone in there and prayed, of course, I suspect both he and his wife are not believers, but if they were, this black magic would have no power over them whatsoever.
Sanctuary.
And it's a sanctuary. Yes. You're right, Jill. Like you're thinking of the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes.
Sanctuary. Yeah. And it's
I
interesting.
had that thought too.
It's
I did.
interesting. See, they take the time, the director, they take the time of him looking at the doors of the church. And it's like, dude, if you had gone there. But I'm glad they put that in there.
Yes. Yes, it was a interesting idea that
Yeah.
they just skipped over. They sort of
Yeah.
visually paid attention to it,
Hmm.
but didn't include it.
But then he's more interested in petting the stone lion for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, running and then he starts running around.
Yeah. And right across from the church, we got
What do you
going
mean
through
for
going
some reason?
going
What do you
through
mean? No,
going
Stone Racket.
through
No, I gotta
the
stop you. I gotta
Central
stop
Park.
you.
Quit interrupting me. He's
No, but I
now
Wait a minute. It's okay. Wait. Okay, hold on. I want Stone Racket to
Yes.
explain what he's explaining, and then Scotty, you can have your question, okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're it's interesting that they show him going through the park after all that has disturbed him. It's kind of like, oh, now what's going to happen? Because you're thinking, no, you don't want to go through here because something might get you. And then it just builds the atmosphere. And it's interesting in the commentary with Mark Zicree and William F. Nolan on the Blu-ray that they bring up the films of Val Lewton and specifically the ones directed by Jacques Tourneur, and how they built up tension and suspense. And this is exactly like sequences from, like, for instance, The Leopard Man or Cat People, from the Val Lewton productions from the 1940s. And they're doing the same thing. They keep building the tension. And this sequence is really, really well done, I thought, in the park.
The tension, the fear of
Yeah.
being all alone.
Yep.
And so, Scotty, you wanted to add something to petting a stone lion. There's a
Yes.
reason for it, and you have the answer.
And the thing is because of the talismans that Doris provided to Alan, the last one that he actually has, he didn't know he had it. It was just in his kerchief, his pocket square. And then he has the lion's tooth, which is supposed to repel lions. And so his buddy, Chad, I forget, and he's like, oh yeah, that must help a lot in New York City. And he's like, well, Doris thinks so. And so when they go outside of the bar, car won't start. He goes back to knock on the door. And what did he leave? He left the lion's tooth.
Tell us something we don't already know, Captain Obvious.
No, but
I said it facetiously. I said it facetiously.
I'm not trying
for
to
some
shut you
reason.
down, yo. I'm just trying to explain.
Yeah,
where
we
I'm
know
coming from,
this.
where I think.
But
think
what does that have
is
to do with the stone lion?
lion?
Yeah,
So
the stone lion.
It's a lion.
He's got a talisman
Right.
to repel lions, and
Right.
he sees the lion, and which builds the tension, even though they're stone lions, which gave
Right.
me a little bit of a Ghostbusters thing going on in terms
Yeah.
of what happens with that.
But
Like,
it's
So
also
basically, it's
also
just
on the soundtrack. We hear the lion.
So
Yes.
it's just basically building the theme to
Yes.
extra
Yeah.
attention to the lion.
Yes.
Well,
And
the thing
Shrek was making a joke, but we didn't know that.
Yeah,
he's
sorry.
one. I didn't catch the.
I should have said for some reason or something. But yeah,
The-
it's
no,
it's
but-
it's an
and-
echo. It's an echo.
I'm not trying to shut you down, dude. I'm just I thought that as
You're
you
always
were referring
You're always
to
trying to shut Stone Racket down.
never
But
talk
to
about
be
yourself
fair,
in the third
was-
person.
He's always challenging. He challenges everybody.
The thing is, and that's
challenges
what
me
I
too.
love is that he pets the stone lion, and then he goes through the park and he tries to get that hobo. Did he get the hobo yet?
No,
Yes.
no, you're
the
going.
hobos disappeared
it's-
already.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's long. We're past that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Well, just for the people tuning in, you got a nice recap of everything from
There you go.
Scotty Arthur.
Everything I missed and I was excited about, and I apologize for boring everyone. Anyway.
No, it wasn't boring. Sometimes no, I'm serious. Sometimes people are just tuning in and they miss
Yawn.
the previous
sorry.
20 minutes.
Sorry, I'm not bored.
It's okay. And so
of the
we're-
forest. Yeah, my younger brother always got all worked up in excitement when he knew that the Cowardly Lion was going to be on the screen.
Yeah, no, he's great.
Yeah,
He's like
so
Worf.
John
Bert Lahr is the Cowardly Lion. Go ahead, Jill.
Nice.
So John Danner, who played Alan
Daner.
he says, I recall Bill telling me that I had the sort of character that had to believe that voodoo stuff. I was instructed not to smile during the entire film. Take everything serious. I guess it was my saturnine face that cinched it.
Saturnine. Yeah.
The real challenge was to stay within the marks. They had me run through the park, and it was late at night. The sun had set, so they placed these markers in the earth so that I'd run within view of the camera. My job was to keep looking behind me because something was chasing me through the park. I had difficulty looking behind me and down in front of me to see the markers without Bill shouting for me to stop and do another take. The camera was moving alongside me as I ran, but I kept getting out of range. I couldn't look down at the markers and look behind me at the same time. As I recall, we spent quite a while getting me to run through, and I got home way after midnight. So
yeah,
that's
it's
an
interesting
production note.
Yeah, it's interesting when you listen to the commentary. Mark Scott Zerkri is in error. He says, "Yeah, they shot this all in 3 days." It's like, no, they went a day over. sorry, dude, but they went a day over. And John Daner just explained one of the reasons why.
That's a
But it's
big one.
also, in terms of that anecdote, it is kind of funny when you hear about actors talking about how difficult their work is. And it's like, I had to look backwards, but also stop on a pre-designated place. It had been marked out for me, but it was difficult to look backwards and then find my mark. And it's like, yeah, your job's tough. Like, it doesn't sound that difficult to me. I'm pretty sure I'm not saying I'm a good actor. I'm just saying I'm pretty sure I'd be able to mimic looking behind me and then hitting a predestined spot. I played hopscotch.
Well, it's more difficult than.
I don't think it is. I don't
Oh,
think it is.
I totally agree with Daner. It's especially a guy his age, his height, going through, looking back, and then getting basically he was getting out of focus, and the camera was following him.
Right.
And it's hard to do that. It's not as easy as
I
it
don't
sounds.
think. I don't know. And you know what? I will put the money where my mouth is when someone decides to hire me as a person that they film looking
And then
backwards
and then you
meeting a
tell us how
designated
easy it
mark.
is
I'll
to
try.
run around
You
the
know what?
you-
I'm going to
park.
see.
You
I
won't
am going to,
you
Jill, I
won't hit your
promise.
marks, and you'll fall down all the time.
No, this is going to be I'm announcing it now, and hold my feet to the fire on this one, is that I will find someone to film me, and I will show the marks and make sure that it's a wide shot. I will make this video for you, Jill, and members of the channel. Members
Nuh-uh.
only video. I'm not going to make this public because I would be ashamed if I screwed it up. But if I screw it up, I will let you know. I will make
Well,
this video.
You have to go to the MGM backlot. It has to be at night.
No,
And you have to have a vintage camera and dolly track, and it has to be film.
I'm gonna do it. No, it's gonna be an Android video bullshit MP4 or something, and it's gonna be filmed in a Walmart parking lot. But I'm just saying, I will put down little marks like with tape and everything, and I will have a wide shot, and I'll see if I can get it. I just need a camera person, but I will make this video, and I
Please
will
don't
say
get run over, Scott.
no, I'll do it. I'll do it in the middle of the day when it's a holiday or something.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it when there's no cars.
I'll do it on Halloween.
No cars in sight.
Oh my.
I know.
So-
it's gonna be a Friday.
Look out,
so-
Scotty! There's a car coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Although in the middle of running through this park, he's also got to have a cigarette. So
Glove.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna be smoking while I do it. Shut up. And glove cleaner.
So that's
you hear a
important to
channel? Or a challenge? It's not a challenge. It's a promise. I'm gonna make this video. I'm going to
I
say
hear
it's
it.
pretty
Well,
easy.
no,
I'm
but
gonna
that's
say
what
it's
it's
easy
called.
to hit
When
marks
you
and
do
look backwards.
when you do a video like that, that is a very high value YouTube type video. So the members will be very
No, it's
fortunate
not.
if you ever.
It's some.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
is.
guess.
It
It's
is
like
a
a cha-
challenge.
Yeah, it is. So,
You're-
but yeah.
Your challenge.
But I'm gonna make it for you. Like I'm your sidekick, so I'll Andy Richter the shit out of doing this.
Yeah, I have to participate somehow, but I can't.
How? Then you
I don't know.
comment on it and say,
Yeah.
like you're the judge. You get to say whether or not I did it properly or not.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll hold
yeah,
up
Jill.
cards.
Jill,
Yeah.
you can do the commentary track on the video.
There you go. Here's
Perfect.
Scott dressed up as an idiot.
Mage Grey Wolf says hitting a certain point without looking can be tricky. Yes,
It's
agreed.
not that hard.
Well, we're gonna hold
We're
on
gonna
to
find
our
out.
opinions until the science is completed.
Yes. Scotty is so
Experimentation is
confident. He's like,
commencing.
it's not
I
that
am.
hard. I've never done it, but
Yeah,
I'll-
exactly. Exactly.
And
You
so-
know what? The last time I did this, I was at a friend's house and they had a chin-up bar, and I said I could do 10 chin-ups, no problem. So 1.5 chin-ups later.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
embarrassed
so-
myself. I was so
Yeah.
bad at it.
Well,
I
at
can-
least you did
I can do
one.
10.
Yeah, one's good. You know what? I was so spent after the first one. I was like, good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do. I hope I can still do 10. I know I could do 10 when I was in gym class. That was no problem.
That's good.
But it was
So,
amazing.
well,
Some
gym
of the
class
kids
that was quite a bit.
yeah, that some of the kids couldn't even do one. I was like, what? And they weren't, they were same size as me. You know, it's just amazing. But anyway, enough of that. That was a
Yeah.
flashback. Sorry.
That's
Oh,
good.
we've been on a tangent for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We've been
Let's
on
get
a tangent
get
for
yeah. Let's get
2
back
hours.
to poor
The
Alan
Twilight
Richards.
Zone. Yeah.
Poor
So
Alan
speaking of
Richards.
tangents, all of these jungle sounds were used in I guess the Queers recorded an album, and there's a
who?
song, the Queers
The
or a
group, the
band,
Queers. They're a band.
and
Yeah.
they made a song called Voodoo Doll in honor of this episode, except for that's I think I don't think we were live yet when Stone Record says it's a mistake to call this magic voodoo because it's of a different nationality.
Well, I thought I thought voodoo was
It's in
like
the
it's from the Caribbean.
That's right. That's what I
Yeah.
said in the opening.
Yeah. Like I don't want to
Oh.
be specific because if I be specific, I'll be wrong. So I want to
Right.
say
Caribbean.
it's like Jamaica or Haiti.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Like so I gave 2, and if I'm wrong and it ends up being, I don't know, somewhere else.
I think you're
But
right.
that's what I was saying to Jill before the show started.
Yeah, so now we got it into the live stream, but it's very
it's from the actor John Daner, and your recounting of the rock group, and
The
that's
who?
where it's coming from. The rock group, the Queers.
Oh my God, I can't
They-
believe I got both of you to say that word. Oh my God, it's so great. And I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Say it, Scotty.
So there's one part of running. Oh, Scotty, there has to be a fence wherever you run around. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's a part in this sequence that I really like where Alan runs up to the bars of the park, and it's like
Yeah.
he feels like he's trapped, and you have to act like you're trapped.
Yeah, you
What?
got to act like you're trapped.
Yeah.
What?
Is there-
no,
Well,
not
is there
for
an
the video.
echo?
I said I was going to hit a mark and look backwards.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're not doing the whole. You're not going to do.
I'm
a
not
whole
reenacting
reincarnation?
this. This isn't Be
Oh.
Kind Rewind. I'm not going to remake the jungle.
What you have to
Darn.
do is you have to
I know,
run.
right?
You have to run at a particular length, stay in focus, keep
I
looking
didn't say
back
he's
as
not
you're running.
He's
Yes,
not
he is.
running.
Of course
he
he
He's
is.
running? I gotta.
running. Yes.
Okay, I'll
he's
run.
running.
Okay, I'll run. I'll do it. I'll run. It's not
And
that
then
different. Oh
and then
no,
you gotta
do it
knock over
faster.
a
I got
garbage
it,
can.
George Lucas.
Just do it again, except faster, Scott.
Exactly. More intense.
More intense, yeah. More intense and faster.
So then Alan runs out of the park and knocks over a garbage can, falls down,
I
and
kind of knew that was going to happen.
yeah,
It's
poor
Che-
garbage
always-
can.
Chekhov's garbage can.
So he finally makes it home, but he's slinking down in front of the door. He's just
Well,
can't stand all the sounds.
Yeah, the door won't open at first. It's like, what?
He's like Counselor Troy in that one episode with the music box. The Survivors.
Or just forgot how doors work for a minute because he's so
well, he's
maddened
overwhelmed
with the sounds.
with the sounds
Yeah.
of the jungle.
Yeah, suddenly the jungle sounds stop and he's able to open the door. He remembers how to open a door again, and he makes it home and he makes himself a drink.
But he doesn't get to drink it, Jill, because
Oh, this is
Right.
hilarious.
Right, he doesn't get to drink it because he hears the jungle sound again and hesitates and actually hears the sound of a lion. And
But-
he drops and breaks his drink.
But
glass.
he doesn't. That's the thing. I was like, "Oh, where did the drink go?" And he's carrying,
yeah,
and
he still
you
has
hear
it.
you hear the smash of him dropping it, but he still has it in his hand.
No, you hear a breaking glass coming from the bedroom.
Oh, I thought the breaking glass was because he had dropped his drink.
No,
Oh,
I
no,
did
it's-
too.
it's
But I thought
it's
it was
like
a mistake also.
yeah, it's either a lamp or something else that's in the bedroom.
all right.
Hmm.
Well,
It-
there's definitely something in the bedroom. He finds a
Yes.
lion on his bed who immediately runs up and mauls him, jumping
Well,
over.
we see his dead wife there on the bed.
No, she's
Yes.
not there. Is that her?
Yeah, that's her.
All right. I was,
Yeah,
you know what? I was
she's
really,
laying
Yeah,
there.
the lion has killed the wife, and now he
Yeah.
leaps.
Yeah, but it's not gruesome enough. Like we don't
Yeah,
get to actually
that's-
see.
Yeah, I like, and I know it's 1961, so I'm not upset. But the thing is that I wanted a bloody mess. I wanted a bloody mess.
Yes, you
It
do
would have
need
made it
some blood.
more terrifying. And then when it concludes, it's like curse achieved. And so, but this is truly, I find this episode to be truly horrific.
It's a
is.
nice fluffy lion. He jumps over the camera.
What a pussy.
Oh, what a
And so the
cat.
closing
A
No,
big
narration.
that's what I
jungle
mean.
cat.
It's a pussycat.
It's a cat. A big
It's a
cat.
big cat. Yes.
A big
What
cat.
a mane.
Nice
What
fluffy
a mighty
lion.
fine mane.
Yes, a
Jesus,
mighty fine.
Murphy, Marion Joseph. If you saw that that Velt beast on your bed, like honestly, I cannot understand anything more terrifying than being mauled by a tiger, or sorry, a lion,
I would
or a
Either
bear.
or.
Oh my!
I would point my finger and go sit.
Shut the hell up! Your finger would be the first thing to be eaten.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I think I'm on Scotty's side on this one. So the
Yeah.
closing narration is
No, you have to be on Stone Racket's side because
Well, you get to read the closing narration.
I know how to handle cats.
Oh, that's
all
a
right.
joke.
All
and a
right.
half that
He's
I can't tell
he's
in
gonna
an
pick up a
afternoon.
chair and he's gonna prove it to us. So now that's Stone Racket's video. He's going to be a lion tamer.
Yeah, lion tamer.
Oh my!
Oh my! I'll make sure it's a.
I think my job's easier.
Yeah, your job's easier. I'll make sure that the lion is a trained, tame lion.
Yeah, tell that to Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. So the closing narration
Nice,
is
Mr. Lion. The closing narration.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Some superstitions kept alive by the long night of ignorance have their own special power. You'll hear of it through a jungle grapevine in a remote corner of the Twilight Zone.
Nice. You know what? You can't hear the smile. I am smiling, cheek to cheek.
Yes. And so, what an episode. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't have
an
episode the next week.
Oh, right. Yeah, the previews.
But I do have previews. But we can talk about the episode for a minute if you've got some closing thoughts on it.
Stone Racket?
Why me? No, I voted for Still Valley because I like the rejection of Satanism, and this one not so much because it legitimizes witchcraft and power over people and whatnot. And it's just, to me, it was predictable and silly, but it was nicely acted, beautifully shot, nicely atmospheric. I love black and white cinematography, and you notice how they made sure that they had a crew that wetted down all the streets. It's like film noir to the max. But when I first saw this in syndication, it was predictable for me. I knew how it was.
The magic works in both episodes, and they both have power over people in both episodes.
Yeah, but it's a Twilight Zone, Jill. It's a Twilight Zone.
It's Chinatown.
Yeah. And remember, that's the nervous man, a $4 room. That said that in Chinatown.
Okay, tangents. No, we're talking about the episodes. We're summing up our thoughts, right? So
yeah, I enjoyed.
You liked Still Valley?
Still Valley, though.
Cool.
Technically, as far from a directorial standpoint, I thought The Jungle was more. I thought finely tuned as far as direction.
That's why I picked The Jungle, because it's more visually interesting.
Yeah,
to me.
it is. It definitely is. But thematically, I gave the edge to Still Valley. But
Yeah, I
I
wanted
can,
to know more
yeah,
about the dam, the hydroelectric dam, but but I'll
the,
I'll
da-
I'll
the
get rid of
well,
it.
that
I'll
dam,
live
I
without it.
tell you,
Damn.
dam. But usually when they have a
Damn, damn,
hydroelectric
damn.
project, a huge dam, there's going to be flooding in areas where it hasn't, and it's going to be
Yeah, so
it's
they just
a big problem.
destroyed these people's village and wonder why they got a curse bird on them.
Jill, they moved the headstones but didn't move the bodies.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's like a poltergeist situation. Don't
poltergeist,
forget that
ah!
happened in a pool.
Oh,
So
yeah. What if they didn't? Yeah, what if they're like, "Oh, we're gonna flood your homes and we're
yeah,
just gonna leave your dead where they are and destroy
you got
all
to
of
think about
their
the
graves
logistics of
too."
this
My
dam.
Yeah,
goodness. They
this damn
yeah.
dam.
It seems
Damn,
it
damn.
definitely seems like they didn't care too much about the people that
Yeah,
they were affecting in
yeah,
Africa,
they
which is
just
why this
rather
happened.
offhand and callous, I
So
thought.
it is there is some morality to the magic, except for
You know
it they
what?
lose it when they kill the taxi driver and the vagrant. So they lose their
Yeah,
morality
Oh
when that happens.
yeah.
yeah, and
Oh no, but it's a
we're not
curse.
sure
There's no
we're not
morality to a
we're
curse.
not sure about the vagrant, but it's like anything's possible. But the thing is, the vagrant and the taxi cab driver were not cursed. They just they're in the wrong place at the wrong time because of Alan Richards, and it's like that's not fair.
Well,
It
yeah,
isn't.
no, why
Not
did you
fair.
kill the cab driver so that he didn't get home to the lion quicker?
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to
Yeah.
kill the guy.
Yeah, it's true.
And
The
I
that
curse
think
still would have worked just fine.
that
I
yeah, I would have
honestly,
had it. I would have had it where Alan's like, it's obvious that the guy is unconscious and won't wake up, and he's like, "Hey, wake up! What's going on?" And and make it clear that he's just unconscious for some reason. You know, that that would have been a
he
better
didn't,
for
you
me.
know what? He didn't check for
Yeah,
a
me too.
pulse. I
Well,
thought he
it's
was going to
the way
check for
he
a pulse.
the way he backed away.
Yeah.
After
Yeah.
the
But
cab driver, after he opened the door, the way he backed away, it made me think that that guy was a goner. The cab
but
driver.
I
Alan
think
is not a doctor.
Yeah,
no, no,
that's
no,
true.
no. He's
He's
an
an
engineer.
engineer.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. Wait a minute. What does that sound
Hang
like?
on. Strike that. Reverse it.
I'm a
No,
doctor, not a mechanic.
I think that both episodes are fantastic. I do appreciate, again, I find the whole in the framing of the Twilight Zone as a series as a whole, I think that it's interesting how Rod Serling treats the Confederate Army. I don't know if it's like the Confederate Army is never portrayed as a villain, just an opposing side to the Civil War. And so there's no, I am fascinated by Serling's approach to the Civil War. I think the first one is great. And I will say, I'm taking a lot of points off for that fake fucking mustache. Sorry about the swear.
That's fair enough. Well, at least you brought Tribbles into the matter. That's fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
it's a
so, but when it
yeah.
comes to, I do, as you said, during Still Valley, yeah. And this is the back lot. And it's like, yeah, it is. And then we get to the back lot on the jungle. And I'm like, I've never seen the jungle before in my life. Didn't know what the jungle was going to be about. And all of a sudden, I'm in New York and I'm like, this ain't no jungle.
Asphalt
And
jungle.
exactly. And it makes it awesome and it makes it different. And I loved it. I love the juxtaposition of the jungle sounds with the
With the city.
cityscape.
Yeah.
And I think that the lead actor, I think Alan is dope. I think he is so
Yeah.
awesome
John
because he's a
Daner is good.
John Daner does such a great job at being pragmatic and also his fear. Like his fear is palpable without being over the top. He doesn't
Yes.
mug. He doesn't overact at all. And I'm glad that you brought up the fact that he was the captain of the ship from The Lonely. So
Yep.
but my vote goes to the jungle. I think that
Yeah.
was tense
Yeah.
and spooky.
Technically, it gets superior points, and I just love black and white photography when they
Yeah.
shoot at night, which is what they did. They actually shot this on the back lot at night, and it always looks so wonderful when they do that.
Well, someone in the chat said that I have to do it at night because that's when they film this. So if I want to
Oh
put
yeah,
my
you
money
have to
where
do
my mouth is,
you have to do it at night on
I got
the
to do
back
it at
lot
night.
at the
Yeah.
back lot of MGM,
No, it's going to be
That
the
was
parking lot of a Walmart.
the Walmart. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was James Caserta who did that. Who
of
said you
course.
gotta shoot it at night.
Yes,
And
thank you.
'cause I
That
just
you know
got
what?
that.
If I'm gonna sit there and boast about an actor who was on the Twilight Zone, who said himself through his memoirs or interviews or what have you, that it was really difficult running and hitting my marks and looking backwards, and I'm like, nah, I can do it. Like, we have to recreate the exact environment in which this gentleman said that he could not. He found it difficult. And so I just wish to go shoulder to shoulder, decades apart. So
Very nice. Well, that would be neat.
it would be. I
And
just need a camera person. I got to find a camera person.
make sure you have more cowbell while you're running.
I'm not
is what
wearing
your
a
trick
cowbell.
is.
No cowbell. I did not.
Oh, but I
did
think
not-
he's trying to keep you safe from being run over, maybe. I don't know.
It's in the parking lot of a Walmart. How much trouble can I get into?
At night.
In Canada.
Night. In Canada. Oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
Like, nighttime is going to be 5 o'clock soon. So I assume when you say nighttime, you mean dark. So
Yeah. James thinks that Doris is just sleeping, protected by her lucky charms.
No, they've all been burnt. And
Yeah,
speaking of
they're always after her lucky charms.
speaking of cowbell, I've got a fever, and it says more cowbell.
Oh no, then you should probably take that.
So
I like
apparently,
Kimberly Ann Knight, off the bed, kitty.
Yeah.
then she pets the lion.
Is
And
that
says
a
I'm good at this
euphemism?
stuff. James Caserta just says tour de force. And yeah,
Yep.
that's
So,
As
yeah.
in John
Jill,
Boehner's
what did you think?
performance.
about what in particular.
In
I-
terms of the 2 episodes, which one did
I
you already
already
say?
I already explained. Yeah, I already said I
Right.
chose the jungle also, but I did explain
okay.
why. Well, you were there.
Great. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna have to watch the rerun to,
But speaking
allow
of
those.
who people have chosen as their favorite episode, let's look at the poll.
Yeah, let's see what you guys said.
Let's stop that screen and share this screen instead.
Yes, let's.
I see
Oh my
stars.
god. Can I take off my black and white? I need
That's
a little
right.
color.
You can. You
Thank
can.
you.
You may. Yes, we are out of the Twilight Zone. Wait.
That's
Okay,
better.
share the right thing. Oh yes, I did. Okay, great. And
171 of these, eh?
yeah. Oh my goodness, I shared the wrong thing.
Oh no, it's great though. It's fun to think about how this is the 171th.
True. Here it is. All right. Which episode do you enjoy more? So we've got 53% chose the jungle over 47% for Still Valley. They're pretty close.
Pretty
That's
close. Yeah.
That's both are great. Both are great.
15 votes. With 15 votes, I think we're done with the poll. So I'm going to close it here.
Yeah, because now that people know it, it's like if there are 16 votes, then it's going to be a tie again.
Yeah. So we're going to stop that. And who voted. And thank you guys for participating in the poll. That was good.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to read the previews for the next week's stories, and then we'll hang out a bit and close out the show.
Cool.
Next week on the Twilight Zone, we bring to the television cameras a most unique gentleman whose own very special brand of clownship has long ago become a milestone in American humor. Mr. Buster Keaton appears in Once Upon a Time, a script written especially for him by Richard Matheson.
Oh,
This one is wild, woolly, and most unpredictable.
oh.
On the Twilight Zone next week, Mr. Buster Keaton in Once Upon a Time.
Brought to you by Lucky
Also,
Strikes.
also next week on the Twilight Zone, you'll find yourself inexplicably entangled in this dark dungeon. You'll meet an incredible group of people like you who, like you, will be quite unable to explain how they got there, why they got there, or how they're going to get out. And at the end, we're going to belch you with one of the most surprising endings we've ever had. Next week, 5 characters in search of an exit
Oh
on
my
the
God.
Twilight Zone.
Can we just do those now?
Have you seen them, Scotty?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The 5 characters
I
in
haven't
search
seen.
of an exit is
Okay,
a
so
is a classic.
I haven't seen the Buster Keaton one, but the 5 characters in search of an exit is
Yeah, that one
I
is usually
enjoy that greatly.
yeah, usually that's in the holiday rotation they used to do, and they showed the Twilight Zone
So
marathons.
I
Yeah.
don't want to talk about it right now.
No,
We have to
no,
wait
I
a
don't
week.
either. Just that it's awesome. It's one of my favorites. Love
I
that one.
do want to talk about him right now, but the whole problem is that I haven't watched it recently, and Jill doesn't have the slides.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah, we
yes,
won't talk about it now. We'll just
we
say
must hold
tune
off.
in next week for a super
Oh, yeah.
classic. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Kimberly, and you know what? There have been Kimberly, you are absolutely right to sort of memorialize Diane Keaton. She passed away recently. She's a legend of 70s Hollywood, in The Godfather, Annie Hall. And she was a modern woman. I hate to throw around the word feminist, but I think that she certainly furthered the equality of women. And Diane Keaton was an inspiration for many, and a director. Do you know she directed episodes of Twin Peaks?
Yes.
She was like not just in front of the camera, but like she was kind of a lady. Oh, it's terrible to compare to a male, but no, she was a lady. She was a force of creativity and beautiful and talented. And so, yeah, thank you for your efforts there, Diane.
And
Sorry, it sounded very much like Carla at the end, didn't it, Jill? I was like, thanks, Diane.
No, it
Thank
sounded
you,
great. You did a
I want-
great job commemorating her.
I wanted to thank Kimberly. She asked about. She was hoping I had a great birthday. So
Oh
That's
yeah,
great.
thank you.
Yeah. Did you have a great birthday?
Yes.
Good. That's awesome.
Yes, I had lots of goodies to eat, and my older sister always makes sure that I have some goodies to take home with me.
Nice.
Yeah, which was
so you
of
sell
course
it.
birthday cake and a whole batch of snickerdoodle cookies.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
sounds weird. I've never had a snickerdoodle.
I
yeah,
haven't had
yeah.
snickerdoodle made of.
What
My
the hell is a snickerdoodle?
snickerdoodles is a kind of a shortbread cookie with coated in cinnamon
Oh,
and
that sounds
sugar.
delicious.
And
That sounds delicious.
the thing is, my mother had a specific recipe, a specific way of making them, because a lot of people make them these really large, more flat, large cookie. But my mom had these more compact, thicker cookie that were just scrumptious.
Scrumptiddlyumptious.
Nice
Yeah.
fat cookie.
Yeah, and they're really they're a chewy kind of cookie, not a brittle kind of cookie.
Never ever Google nice fat cookie. You're probably going to get into some corners of the internet that you don't want to get to.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking of that.
I
Oh,
know,
dear
but
Lord.
I'm a filthy animal. Anyway,
You
also
are.
in the
All your
memorials,
fault. You
but
ruined
also
everything.
in the
We were talking
memorials,
about
and
cookies.
this is something, and you know what? Here's a cookie. There is also another person, as long as we're on the memorials, is that I did want to point out and say, hell yeah, thank you for the work, Drew, is Drew Struzan, poster artist. Passed away, I think yesterday. Is today the 14th? Because I think he passed away
Yes,
on
it
the
was
13th.
yesterday. That's right. Yes.
Yeah. And so you'll remember him from like Back to the Future, I think the Goonies, like a lot of Spielberg. Hook. Hook is a good poster with Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman. The Indiana Jones. Like Drew Struzan is a poster artist of renown, and I would certainly just like to raise a glass and open my eyeballs to Back to the Future. Like, I love everything he's ever done, even for movies that I don't like. I think he did Willow. Like, he's just been a part of my life. He's been a part of VHS and DVD covers. Well, at least the good ones. And so, what is this?
It's his work.
Oh, why don't you just go? Okay. Did he sit on one of those Simpsons couches when the Simpsons movie came out? I love the Simpsons. Speaking of which, Jill, there we go. There's a couple. Back to the Future Part 2 is a great. I love that. But Back to the Future Part 1 is a good one too. Blade Runner is a great poster by Drew Struzan. He did all those. He did all the Star Wars special edition re-release, I think.
Oh, A Creature from the Black Lagoon. That's beautiful.
Oh, where's that?
Did he do Buckaroo Banzai?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, you guys can't see it. Okay.
Well, I don't know what's going on. You're just showing like the Lone Ranger, which, probably.
Yeah, there's that's Franklin Mint Plates artwork. Yeah. And where's the creature?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's the creature?
There he is. That is a. Oh, it's just a print. It looks like for $80,000.
What?
Print for $80,000.
$80,000?
Yep.
That's too much. I don't have that.
Add to
Anyway,
cart.
someone buy Jill a Gill man.
Oh man, no.
My creature from the Black Lagoon action figure from Mondo is on its way. It'll get here tomorrow or Thursday.
What's that? Hang on, scroll up, Jill, because someone will know. Second from the right. What is that?
It says Dark Horizon.
No, second from the right.
Oh, second from the right. Dreamscape.
Dreamscape.
Never seen it.
Yeah, that's
I'm thinking. I wasn't really.
Is that Richard Donner?
No, that's let me think.
Okay.
Of course, Dennis Quaid and Kate Capshaw, but I can't remember who directed it.
Well, I'll have to look it up. I wrote it down. I've always seen that, and that's what I mean in terms of Drew Struzan being such an influence.
Well, yeah,
I've always seen that image. No idea what the movie is.
Yeah, and see, Future World was not a good movie, but it's a good picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, Future World. I saw that in the theater and saw it once, and that was enough. Never gonna watch it again.
I've seen it 3 times. I love Future World.
No, you don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I do. It's the one where they go skiing on Mars.
He's seen it, and he's described it when we talked about Westworld.
Aha.
Yeah, I was gonna. I did we ever review Future World, Jill?
No. I said I'm not watching it. You can review it during our Westworld stream.
Yeah, true. And I think I did.
Indiana Jones and the Unicorn's Legacy. What the heck?
Oh, look at that.
Unicorn.
No, but that's the thing is that
No.
I think he did like box art or like he did art for Lucasfilm and he did it for LucasArts as well.
Yeah,
And
for the
so
video games and whatnot.
yeah.
hmm
The point and click adventure kind of thing.
Right. Yeah, the
Ooh,
inventory.
point and click adventure Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick up
Ooh,
everything that you
I need-
can.
Oh,
of
Jill.
games.
No,
Yeah.
we should totally I forget what it is. The something of Atlantis, I think. If you
Fate
want
of
to do an
Atlantis.
Fate of Atlantis. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, Jill, if you want to do Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis, it's a LucasArts game. So I don't know how it's gonna work, but
Yeah, that's my. I think I've done one LucasArts game, and it was fun.
which
Dig?
one? Oh,
Was
the
that
dig. We
LucasArts?
did do the
Was
dig. Yeah, I forgot about the dig.
Well, you haven't done a LucasArts game if you haven't done The Secret of Monkey Island.
Well,
True.
I don't
True. Agreed.
Yeah, that
I
one.
haven't. I've never finished it.
That one was a
Yeah.
blast. I played Myst.
Really?
Yeah, I played
Mhm.
Myst, and then I did Secret of Monkey Island. And after I got
See,
those
look,
after
Jill.
I got those 2 games done, I was
Yeah.
ready for anything.
Look at this. These are the
Oh my
3
god.
these are the portraits that I want of all 3 of these gentlemen. I want all 3. A triptych.
This is
if you will.
gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. It looks
Just
fantastic.
All I have.
And there is
150,000.
well, okay, so I need $150,000 and to buy these for Jill. But the thing is that there is a video, and I don't know how to find it. I don't know where it is. So you're on your own. Go look on your own. There is a video of DeForest Kelley reacting to that portrait, and he's like, "Oh, look how young I am." Oh, and he fawns over it himself. But I think that these 3 images, if you can't get the originals, just buy the poster off of Amazon. It'll be like
Yeah, I'd be
eBay or
happy with the
whatever.
poster of this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is gorgeous.
Those are great portraits.
In
I
the
mean, the only way I could buy this is to sell my house.
in the chat, Entropy Manor mentions Day of the Tentacles, also worth the time. That
Day of the Tentacle's great.
yeah, that the one thing I couldn't figure out was the keys. I needed the keys to that stupid car, and I was like, "Where the heck are they?" So I had to use a cheat to get to that. That was the only thing I was like, "Where the heck?" But
Day
other
of the
than
Tentacle.
that, yeah, that's hysterical.
Day of the Tentacle was a game that I had to go and play over at my friend who had the good computer because he had like a sound blaster.
Oh, okay.
And so we could listen to the audio. I think he had a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we went over and we played that, and we didn't have a hint book. We didn't have anything. We just sat there and played it over the course of like 2 or 3 Saturdays. And it was like it was awesome. It was awesome. It was a communal experience.
Yeah, it's yeah, that would be great to have, 2 heads are better than 1, figuring out all these.
Oh no, there were 4 of us.
Oh, there's 4 of you. Okay, there you go.
And it's got Les Nessman in it. It's great.
Yeah, he's the main voice. It's hilarious.
He's the
yeah, and it's a offshoot of Maniac Mansion.
Yes, and it is so disappointing if you go back and play the original Maniac Mansion after you played Day of the Tentacle. Like Day of the Tentacle is Maniac Mansion for me, and then I tried to go back and play.
Well, once you play all of them,
no.
The thing is, though, you can play Maniac Mansion within Day of the Tentacle.
I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, but I got the upgraded Day of the Tentacle for the Mac. It was one of the things I bought, and I can. It's right there in my dock. I can just click on that and start playing the game. It's just better graphics, but it's the same art style. It's just higher res graphics, and it's a lot of it's the same game and the same silliness. It's delightful.
What is this? Is this the Explorers?
I wanted to ask about it. I wanted to ask if either of you know about Zathura. I don't know what this
Oh,
is.
Zathura. Yeah.
Zathura. Don't know what that is. What is that?
It is directed by Jon Favreau. It is
Oh.
sort of a spiritual sequel to Jumanji before they decided to go back to Jumanji. But this is basically the movie. It stars Dax Shepard and the lady from Twilight, Kristen Stewart. And so, but yeah, so it kind of gets, the nose gets looked down upon it, but in terms of a resume for Jon Favreau, this was a triumph in
Yeah.
terms of him being a special effects director and
Yeah.
also friendly towards his actors. And
Mhm.
I have heard that it is very, very good. I have not yet seen it.
Yeah.
Well, the poster
Entropy Manor says
intrigued
it's
me.
Jumanji in space. That's how he.
Jumanji in
the
space.
chat.
I have to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Scotty said
Yeah.
too. But thank you so much for knowing about that. I was very curious. And I want to also say hello to the Trek reviewer. We're closing out the show soon, but we are giving a little tribute here to
We're not going to watch the Little People in a Bucket.
the little people in a bucket.
No.
To Drew Struzan. What little people in a bucket?
Never mind. Don't worry about it. To have or have not, is that, or is it to be or not to be? That, if you scroll up a little bit, the Anne Bancroft, Mel Brooks movie,
Yeah,
I
to be
did
or not to be.
to be or not to be. I did not know that he did the poster for that, but that is a beautiful portrait. And if you
Well-
are Mel Brooks and Anne Bancroft, it's like to have Drew Struzan paint your profiles is a privilege. So,
Well, and there's some Muppets for you.
and the
Sven.
movie's great. I love Muppets.
And
Yeah. Hey,
you're
Cinderella.
aware that the Mel Brooks and Bancroft To Be or Not to Be is a remake of the original with Jack Benny and Carol Lombard.
Oh, I've never
And-
seen the original.
And a
I
very
love
young
Jack
and a
Benny.
very young Robert Stack.
Oh, wow. Holy moly.
And it's funny to see Robert Stack because he doesn't have his Unsolved Mysteries voice. It's a very, very different voice.
Yeah.
And so that's just a small sampling of what he's done, but
Yeah.
just
But
to
he's if you
show.
don't think you know who Drew Struzan is, you do. You just didn't know what artist you were looking at.
Yes.
The glove cleaner says, "I'll take To Have and Have Not with Bogey and Bacall." Yeah, that's
That's a good one.
excellent. Yeah.
I would have to
I like the fact that the challenge was I'm going to take with Hawks. He's like, I'm going to take. He said to Ernest Hemingway, "I'm going to take your worst book and make a good movie out of it." And so he did. It's like,
I don't know. There's something like I'm older and
I'm older.
yeah, we're all older, but Jill doesn't have to worry about it because she's familyed. But like Humphrey Bogart, I'm now in my Humphrey Bogart years, and I'm like, yeah. I think now is when it's like, is it okay to find your Lauren Bacall? Because she was significantly younger.
Right.
And the answer is, in the 21st century, no, you can't. You cannot. And so
Sure,
it's
you
just
can.
well, you know what? It's up to Bacall.
It's up to Bacall. That's right.
But I love Humphrey Bogart in every regard. I heard that Treasure of the Sierra Madre is his best performance. I've seen it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't. Gosh, that's a good question. He says Casablanca and the Maltese Falcon. I really like him in those more than Treasure of Sierra Madre. But I think I think Walter Houston does the best acting job. Of course, he got the Oscar.
Well, but the thing is, it's just in terms of when, you know how people say that John Wayne just acts like John Wayne, And
Well,
there are people who would say that Humphrey Bogart just acts like Humphrey Bogart. Welcome to the Twilight Zone conversation,
Yeah,
everybody.
Yeah,
really.
but Scotty,
Yeah.
isn't Casablanca your favorite movie?
Of all time, yes.
Yes. So, but
Well, it's
not
But
just
it doesn't
Humphrey.
necessarily have to be Humphrey Bogart's best
right.
performance.
Yeah.
Suppose.
So yeah, I mean, you can exactly, and
Like
if
it's I think
if
it's
you
Claude Rains' best performance.
oh, he's awesome in that. The
He's
as far
so
as
good
John
in that.
Wayne, real quick, John Wayne for
Conrad Veidt is
yeah, Conrad
amazing
Veidt,
as the villain
yeah,
in that.
yeah, Doctor
That's what we're Jill, that's what we're doing for my birthday.
That has to be a
Casablanca.
year we're doing a good movie.
We
Yeah.
gotta
So you
wait
have
till
to wait another year.
2027.
Yes.
All right, we'll do Casablanca
We
in
have to.
2027.
Yeah, because we've got to keep our
Just
pattern.
write
Good
it
movie, bad
down. Make
movie.
sure it's in your calendar.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
put
I
it in
wanted
my
to say
calendar and be
since you brought
surprised.
up
Yeah.
John Wayne, I just wanted to say for the people that say that John Wayne doesn't act, he's just John Wayne. Watch him in The Searchers.
Oh,
That's his best performance, in my opinion.
you know what? And hot take. And I love The Searchers. I think The Searchers is fantastic. But my favorite John Wayne performance is in Brannigan from like 1972. He plays an American cop who
Right.
goes to London and is just an American cop in London. I think that because he had to react, a lot of people say that acting is just reacting, but because there are so many Britishisms that are going on around him, he does seem caught off guard, and he still carries through with the gravitas. And so I think my favorite John Wayne movie is Brannigan.
We've got opinion from the glove
Oh,
cleaner.
he's
Treasure
being
is a top
yeah, he's being
performance from Bogey.
facetious.
I'm not being facetious. I'm not being
No, the
facetious
glove
at all.
cleaner. The glove cleaner is being facetious. Listen to me.
But
Okay.
have you seen him in The Return of Dr. X?
Yeah, Bogart hated being in that movie. But anyway,
Hello to Herc 130. Yes.
Herc.
Anyway, we have stopped talking about the Twilight Zone quite a
Yeah,
bit
we're-
ago.
Yes, little while.
we're on our
And
wild tangents.
we're on
I
our wild
love them.
tangent, so I'm
It's
going
a
to move on to
parade.
the final chats here. Canadian Spider-Man much earlier said, Scotty's right, acting isn't hard compared to stonemason work,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
a point.
No, but I
The
also when this happened, I did specifically say that I wasn't going to act. I didn't say I
Yeah.
was going to be a good actor. I
You're
just said
going
I
to
was
do
going to be
your
able
marks. You have
I'm
to
going to hit
the
my marks and look backwards.
Yeah, but
There you
part
go.
of it was performing, though. Part of hitting his marks was
Oh,
also
shit.
looking afraid. So you have to at least look afraid if you're not going to do the
Oh.
rest of the performance.
Oh,
The
shit.
Jill has spoken.
It makes sense too. That's why I'm mad.
And the glove cleaner is hoping that you can shoot this before Halloween or at least by New Year's Eve.
Oh, what if we wait until it's snowing?
Oh, no.
It'll make it harder because I won't be able to see the mark because it'll be
Yeah,
covered with
that's
snow.
too tough. Greek Letters says, well, show's over, folks. Tune in next week for more cowbell.
I've got a fever, and it says more cowbell.
Entry Manor says, love the second of those episodes. Yes. And yeah, everybody got real excited for the second one. So
Nuh-uh.
tune in next week. Oh, no, I mean for next week's episodes.
Oh, next week's, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I thought he was referring to the jungle.
Today's episodes?
'Cause,
No, Still Valley is good. Still
yeah,
Valley is good.
I was going to say that according to Scotty R37, they're both good.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
they
hate
are
to,
both good.
it's Sophie's choice.
Well, I'm glad, Scotty, I'm glad that you liked both episodes. Was that the first time that you saw both of those?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Cool.
And and this was not from today, but I think it applies. So let's play it just for fun before we head out. And especially thanks to the glove cleaner for the present from earlier. So this is for him.
But if he's the devil, how do you keep him locked up?
With the staff of truth. The one barrier he cannot pass.
Oh.
Yes. And did you guys discuss what the staff was supposed to be originally, but CBS got cold feet?
I
Yeah, so it's
forget.
supposed to be a cross.
It's supposed to be a cross, and it would be even more effective. But
Yes.
CBS
Eh.
was chicken.
I
They-
like the
well-
Staff of Truth.
Well, it'd be better if
It's
it
more
was
fun.
the cross of truth or whatever he was going to call it.
The cross of
Mm.
Coronado. It belongs in a museum.
It
So
belongs
do
in. So do you. Yeah, love that movie. Love that movie.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
So,
so
what are we
that's
doing?
all we have
outta
for
here?
today.
Is it
Thanks
over?
again, everyone. I have got to go. I've gone too late. Thanks everyone
All
in
right.
the chat for being amazing. Or I list you all, but I think I mentioned all of you a few times. So thank you for coming, Kimberly, Entropy Manor, Herc 130, the Glove Cleaner, and everyone else who was here. Greek
And the
letters,
rest.
and the rest here.
The Professor and Marianne.
Oh, my stars.
All
That's the right
because
way
of
to sing it.
all because of Tina Louise.
Anyway,
And-
we gotta
and her
go. We gotta
contract.
go. We're
Yeah, we
done.
gotta
Yes,
go.
thanks again. Thanks again for everyone. And I hope to see you again next Tuesday in
Yes.
the
That's
Twilight
right,
Zone.
See you next Tuesday. Our favorite acronym.
Learn all that is learnable.
And the ways our differences combine to create meaning and beauty.
It has always been easier to destroy than to create.
May we together become greater than the sum of both of us.
Well, now you have something new to think about. Carry on.
All right, move along. Done. Stop it. Get off of the things. Go outside. Get some food. It's like, it's a time of day where you live. Go do something. Shut up, Snoopy. I don't care. You smoke too much. Let's go. Let's
Snoopy,
go
I wish you were
adventure.
back so you
Let's go
could
explore.
cough.
I'll see you in the future.